the same.
And there's this room fill up. Be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk. This included the ice wall. Mama said that there will be days literally just like this. Dallas Cowboys takeaways from Cowboys 31-13 loss versus the Ravens. Come on, get down. They really say ain't no party like a Cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? Come on with it. Stand tall, or not at all. Happy Sunday to you, and you. Come on with it. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Appreciate everybody. Thank you all for jumping in with us. All right, so I'm seeing it will be Q&A too. Q&A. Got to find some defensive tackle. One text, I see you, Leon. Appreciate you, KC. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, Ace, Boogie, Fernando, and them. I see you, fam. Seabass, Scarecrow, what's good with you, man? All right. Are you guys okay? Is it time for the panic, man? You know, is it time to panic? You know, yeah. Is it time to panic, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, is it time to panic? All right, so the Cowboys under Schottenheimer have yet to win a game yet, right? This is his first year ever coaching, and we are seeing some coaching decisions that's kind of like, And then we know and we understand the process of Jerry Wayne Jones and Stephen Jones in the front office. We know that process, right? But how can we move from one area to the next? It is so hard to digest the Dallas Cowboys preseason games, but you can still find some good stuff in between, right? What are the good stuff? Well, there's tape out there, good tape now, of Tyler Booker. I think that if you can look at this game in a vacuum, right, and look at what went well, the biggest takeaway would be, hey, Tyler didn't look bad. Yeah. And BB didn't look bad. Right, those two on the offensive line, if you figure out a way to run behind them boys, that's good. Also, with that being said, you know, the linebacker room, I think that when you look at the fullness of the linebacker room, hey, we saw something out of that. Marshawn Nealon, he gave us a little sauce. 53 earned a spot on the 53, and that's James Houston. I think that he should be on this team, Cowboy Nation. I like what he was able to do when we kind of look back at things from a different point of view. Another thing is that we can collectively look at and say to ourselves, hey, we need some help at backup quarterback. Shout out to Will Greer, but that's still busting and breaking the glass in state of emergency, right? Meaning that with Joe Milton, it's going to take some while. You know, he don't have a single touch on the ball. I look at it from that aspect, not to beat him up, but to beat him up just a little bit. He's going to have some work to do, right? He's not a well-polished guy right here. So, and it is for what it is, and we're going to go over all of this. The Cowboys, Swag says 5 first down just mean, you know, his IQ is trash, and all he want to do is throw bombs. Yeah. I would say this. Seven first downs. 7 first downs. You put the 2 more on there. And that's what they had last night. 7 first downs collectively, Cowboy Nation. And let's pull up the stat right here. 7 first downs. And that's not something that you want to bring home to, right? The Ravens had 26 first downs. What you look at out of first downs in a game is your efficiency level. That means that you are figuring out a way to move your offense to get 10 yards or more easily down the field. So when I'm looking at 7 first downs, that means that we only got 10 yards to get that first down 7 times, right? So that's not good right there. Total plays out of everything is 47 to their 79. We talked about a little bit of this yesterday or immediately after the game, right? And when we're talking about efficiency levels, we had 11 tries to get third down off the field or what have you. We won 2 times, 2 out of 11, right? And on fourth down, the efficiency level, we were 0 for 2, which we should have been 1 for 1, right? And one can argue 2 for, should have been 2-0 on that particular process. But that's a whole nother conversation. Swag like that, my guy. Swag like, look, man, my bad. But giving them 2 more. It's like spitting in the wind, right? Or peeing in the ocean saying, I'm going to turn it yellow. Not enough. And shout out to you, J Business. Thank you so much for your support on the cash, man. Thank you so much for sending the cash app. Yeah, the offense, Seabass says the offense was laughable. Okay, so let's look at this offense. We know we don't have a defying running game. I know we can talk about Phil Maffa. We can talk about Jadon Blue didn't play or what have you. Miles Monroe needed to be there, but we had Miles Sanders. R.I.P. to Miles Monroe. Sanders didn't really give us anything outside of one play that when they did decide to run behind BB and Tyler Booker, they were able to get some positive gains. It seems as if, though, if they were to do that 4 or 5 times down the stretch, it would have been better for this particular situation. And maybe, just maybe, they would have been in rhythm with the quarterbacks. But I think Joe Milton, the lights are very bright, and the people are quietly hushing their mouths now, And we will see, will they walk back on their words, man? Because, I'm always got to pick at somebody now. Oh, yes. Yeah, y'all know. When y'all hear that music, you already know I'm finna get into somebody's, Yeah, the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil man. Y'all know where I'm going. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll just be honest, man. Listen, Dak Prescott has a postseason like he's always had. On to that next year, right? Dak, find a realtor. Because Joe Milton got talent, he can play. And I'll say this. Y'all laughing and all that. I've seen other quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and they move on from it. Right?
We've seen it happen.
Okay. So
we've seen it happen.
Right.
Hey, that's breaking news for the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, when we were
Did y'all hear that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let me play that one more time for those who just not tuned it in. Yeah.
I'll just be honest, man. Listen, if Dak Prescott has a postseason like he's always had, going to that next year, right? Dak, find a realtor. Because Joe Milton got talent, he can play. And I'll say this. Y'all laughing and all that. I've seen other quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and they move on from it.
Wow. Can you imagine if Shady McCoy was in charge of the Cowboys? And all of a sudden you look up and say, hey, they shipped Dak off, right? Based off of the Costco sample size that we saw in training camp. Not a game, training camp. And Joe Milton will be your starting quarterback. He said, pack it up, Dak. But what I discovered is what we seen out of Joe Milton against 3s and 2s, right? Can you imagine if he was going up against 1s, right? But what we see out of Joe Milton is what Cowboys haters, especially Dak haters, think that is who Dak Prescott is. That is what we see last night. That's who they think Dak Prescott is. But that's a whole nother conversation. The Dallas Cowboys, boy, we got a lot and a long way to go in order to be a more precise team. All right, so penalties. The Dallas Cowboys penalties, we decreased that number from 1 week to another. We had 11 to 12 penalties last week. This week we have 7 penalties. You're getting better, baby. You're getting better. Yeah.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
Yeah. It's hard with this team because of the simple fact that we know we got a lot of ways to go, especially as it relates to this team overall. But Ron Leaf could come out of retirement and sign with the Dallas, and Shady would say the same thing. Boy, y'all crazy. Boo-boo water, I feel you. But here's what I got here, Cowboy Nation. Our player of the day last night, I might have to get AI Tisha involved into this. Our player of the day was a guy that we all, and I mean just all of us, been ragging on. AI Tisha, can you give the player of the game from last night, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Ravens? You know, can you give me that, Okay.
Player of the game. Cornerback Andrew Booth Jr. is fighting for a 53-man roster spot in Dallas, and he helped his cause Saturday night with a pick six and just a 21.5 passer rating, allowed on 6 targets into his coverage.
Man, that's wild right there, y'all. Man, that's extremely wild right there. And speaking of that, let's listen to Andre Bruce.
That's right. Yeah, I definitely had to pay a little homage to Deion, my first one. It felt amazing. So I always had it in my mind. I wanted to pay that little homage. So the best to ever do it, for sure. Okay. For sure.
Can you just talk us through the play?
The boy got charming, soft voice.
Let's go, man!
Let's give a round of applause to him, man.
Well,
It looked like you were baiting him.
I was, and so I got in my little press bell, and I had eyes on the quarterback, and he didn't, and so I was able to. I didn't want to PI.
Boy,
kind of reach.
wait a minute.
Him, but I,
little zesty, right?
Wait
a minute. Oh my God. Hey, wait a minute. I didn't see the video. Oh my God.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
I was, and so I got in my little press bell, and I had eyes on the quarterback, and he didn't, and so I was able to. I didn't want to PI, and I kind of reached over him, but I held back, so I kind of tipped it, and so I was able to get it, take it back, take it.
I can't deal with y'all. It's next Sunday. Oh my God. Oh, hilarious. Law, will you ever be signed with the Dallas Cowboys? No, because I got enemies. Wait a minute. Hey, that boy turned up when he said he kind of tipped it. Watch this.
And he didn't, and so I was able to. I didn't want to PI, and I kind of reached over him, but I held back, so I kind of tipped it, and so I was able to get it, take it back, take it to the end zone.
Oh, God.
How did it feel?
Amazing.
Why'd you say that? Why would you say after he tipped it, how does it feel, man? Oh my God, what is going on over here, man? Jeez, man. Oh my gosh, man. Knocking the rings out of this doggone conversation. Hold on.
Yeah. I didn't want to PI, and I kind of reached over him, but I held back, so I kind of tipped it, and so I was able to get it.
What are you gonna say? How does it feel?
Take it to the end zone. Yeah.
How did it feel when you scored?
Amazing. You know what I'm saying? I can't really. I'm gonna go back and look at it. I'm gonna go back and watch it. Probably watch it, 1,000 times over. But man, just left room for God to work within me. You know what I'm saying, and make it happen. So.
Amen. Amen.
Do you feel like that play was for you, given cornerback has been in a very beat-up, injury-wise position for this team, for you to make a play like that, second preseason game?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. All the guys, we all can make those type of plays. It's just, getting in our little groove and, getting in our little.
What's wrong with his neck?
So,
Keep your neck straight.
We got guys that aren't, in. So when they get back, it'll be good.
I know you guys only shared a locker room for one season, but what was it like playing against Cooper Rush and being able to get the pick off him?
Again, it was cool. It wasn't, just another quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's regular.
Were you expecting to play in the second half over those injuries to Matthews and Harmon, and then you went back out there? Did you think you were done? He's got to be ready. But.
Yeah. So I wasn't expecting that, but, some guy goes down. I still got my pads on, so it's time to go.
For sure. When you think about your time here, Andrew, like from last year up to now, how is your confidence and growth kind of ebb and flow to where is it at?
Well, after, it's constantly growing. Just need to get more plays, more time on task, and just continue to be diligent in my craft. And, it's all going to bloom beautifully.
Shawty talked about the open cornerback competition. When you're making plays like that and doing that, how much does that weigh on your mind day in, day about trying to make plays and trying to earn your spot in this competition?
It doesn't.
When I started Walton Goggins goggle glasses, I needed
doing God's work, showing up.
Amen.
I said I can be more diligent and have more intent in my craft. So, no, I don't feed into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's me versus me. So.
Yeah, you're right. Good words.
All right, appreciate you.
Man, oh man. Well, y'all gonna come get me, man. y'all, I'm just joking, man. This is all jokes, man. We ain't talking about the fella, man.
Not want to hear it at the end when he came up. I think he came up to you.
Yeah, nobody worried about him. He came to me, you know what I'm saying, on some disrespectful stuff. You know what I'm saying? The game over with. You still mad because I was locking you up? All right, go sleep on that. I ain't trying to hear that after the game.
So you vowed that he wouldn't get in your head. But you managed to get in his head, do you think?
What you think? You tell me. You tell me. Anytime I lined up on him, yeah, y'all go watch that. Y'all go watch that. Y'all tell me who got in who head. He came up to me after the game. You feel me? Y'all tell me who got in who head. You're an old man acting like that.
Jeez. Hey, that's exactly what this interview reminded me of. Oh, my gosh, man. I ain't right, man. Come on, man. Y'all, I'm still working. God's still working on me, man. So, we got the Jalen Ramsey light, you know. So at the end of the day, it's okay, Cowboy Nation. We got it over here. We got it. Y'all better watch out, man. Y'all better watch out, Cowboy Nation. We got it right over here. We got exactly what we need right here. We need that right now. So at the end of the day, oh my gosh, man, I'll never know, man. But it's this monster. Oh my God. All right, get back to the focal point is this right here, ladies and gentlemen. AB done made the team. And with AB making his team, do you think that the Cowboys will go out there and grab another DB? Because at the end of the day, when I asked AI Tisha who was the player of the game, and when she started talking, she started saying that it is, who's the player of the game again, AI?
Player of the game. Cornerback Andrew Booth Jr. is fighting for a 53-man roster spot in Dallas, and he helped his cause Saturday night with a pick six and just a 21.5 passer rating, allowed on 6 targets into his coverage.
Yeah, so he's the player of the game, Cowboy Nation. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give Andrew, or AB Booth? Not Booth, but Booth. What do you guys give him on a scale of 1 to 10? And he gave us more than I guess Elam did. So I don't know, man. How do you guys do that? You know, on a scale of 1 to 10. And shout out, kudos and credence to him. If we offended anyone today, please charge it to my head, not my heart, man. I'm still being worked on over here. On a scale of 1 to 10, Verdi, give him a 7. Yeah. That neck, boy, is what I said. Yeah, keep your neck still is diabolical. You know what I'm saying? Adriana Booth. Hey! Yo, it's wrong. 10 being the highest. So y'all 2s, some 3s in here. Talk your talk, media sense 2. I'll give him a 7, King. Yes. And the game, I'll give him an 8. Yeah, Gary. So number 25, we'll see. I think it was James Houston pressure, the spook rush to throw that ball. Bear 24, we're going to definitely look into that. It's all about, look, there's a saying that good pass rush will equal good DBs. And there's also a saying that good DBs will equal good pass rush, meaning coverage sacks, right? We know that there's always a clock in the quarterback head. And what you try to do collectively is to speed said clock up in said quarterback head. And that is what we hope that this team is able to do. Now, there are some sporadic stuff that's going around in the National Football League, especially movement. And it's alarming to me that we are still stagnant in our particular movement. And there was some breaking news earlier this particular day. And that breaking news was one of my guys put Roll Tide in the chat, right? It was breaking news. The Texans trading, let me put this right here because this is in the division news. Breaking, the Texans are trading wide receiver John Miche III to the Eagles, per sources. So that makes the difficulties even more difficult. My thing is, you already have A.J. Brown. You already have, to a degree, Smitty. You have a Jahan Dotson. I think Jahan Dotson was a first or late or early second-round draft pick who's pretty good, but he just fell upon hard times going into a wrong team, and he's a Super Bowl winning wide receiver now, right? Jahan Dotson, he caught a nice pass in the Super Bowl, right? And now they pick up Miche. So it is a situation that the Cowboys we fighting over all wide receivers, and other teams are saying, okay, we doing our evaluations. We're going to make sure that we can get more and more weapons, more and more pieces to their particular squad, and other teams are getting better. So how do y'all feel about that? Will the Cowboys get better in this situation, by making sure that they get things going? And granted, Miche, he haven't had a great resume due to the fact he was overcoming cancer and a whole bunch of other stuff. So the reality of it is that we got to make sure that by week 1, we got less than 19 days to make sure that our team is well equipped. And the best way to start off with that is with our interior play. Let's listen to Tyler Booker.
How you feeling after finally getting a taste of the NFL?
Great. It's really a dream come true. I was glad to be out there with my teammates, glad to see some live action, and I'm very excited to watch the film.
Do you feel like it was the kind of debut that you would have wanted to have?
Definitely. I mean, just going out there, having any debut was really a dream come true. Being able to play with my teammates and some live action, it was definitely a great time. Had a great time.
What was your most memorable play from tonight that you'll look back on?
Oh, man, my most memorable play, probably when Joe had that long pass to go run on third down. They brought a stunt, and we passed it off pretty good. Something that we practiced a lot during this week.
Is it so in fully that you're a Dallas Cowboys?
Not really. Not really, and I mean that in the best way possible. Like, it's just really, like I keep saying it, I know it probably sounds corny at this point, but like really a dream come true, like to be with such an organization as the Dallas Cowboys, such a prestigious organization, and just the trajectory of my career so far, going from IMG to Alabama to now the Dallas Cowboys, is just couldn't ask for a better path.
You think September 4th will feel pretty much real?
Definitely.
How much more prepared for September 4th do you feel now than you did 3-4 hours ago?
Very. I mean, every practice, every meeting, every walkthrough, I feel like I'm more prepared for that date. So just looking forward to getting better until that date comes.
And how much of that is kind of rolled into the fact that now you do have your debut kind of behind you and those nerves behind you. Now you can just get out there and just play.
Yeah, today was big for me in a couple ways. Like you said, like my first real NFL action, but also figuring out my routine, like just the simple fact that we get here at a certain time that's different than to what I got to when I was at Alabama. So really just finding my routine pre-game, and I think I did a good job of finding that today, and I'm going to continue to roll that over to next weekend, the rest of the games that I play.
You get to start with Cooper Beebe next to you. How beneficial was that to start next to a guy who was in your shoes last year as a rookie?
All right, that's Tyler. That last night was his first game. I do have footage and film on it. We study, and we're going to study and get over that. Be sure to look for that on either the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, as well as Twitter. We're going to repurpose it there. May not do it on the YouTube because YouTube and YouTubing, but I would tell you guys that the tape, it would show that his hands, his get off was there. His pull to pin to pull, it was pretty good. There are some things technicality things that he will have to improve at, but most of all, majority of his tape was really good, So shout out to Tyler Booker. We will have that on and popping for you guys in a few. So I really think that this kid can give us something in return, especially when you start talking about overall skill sets and beyond. We really need for the Tylers to stand tall this year.
How did he help him throughout this game?
Very. I mean, Cooper's been super helpful to me since I've gotten here. From the night I got drafted, he DM'd me. He was like, hey, man, I'm very excited to help you, very excited to play with you. So he's just been a huge help to this point, and just having him out there is just like practicing with him. Just us communicating with one another, it really makes my job a lot easier.
How much different was game speed versus training speed?
I'm not going to say it's that much different. I feel like we practice pretty intensely. The tempo is different as far as like not going from period to period, like going from play to play, and I didn't realize how long those TV timeouts were. Like those were brutal.
I know we're only just a little bit removed from the game itself, but even just on the sidelines during the game, coming into the locker rooms, what's some of the feedback you've gotten from coaches and the teammates?
They just be telling me congratulations on having my first real snaps in the
Right.
NFL. So that's what I've been hearing so far.
You mentioned Ravens with some stunts. Did they do a little more than you guys expected? I know things are usually pretty vanilla in preseason, but sometimes some teams throw a little more than what
She asked him a whole question. So she asked about the vanilla versions of preseason and how that affects and how that works for him and et cetera. Okay.
No, the stunts that they presented are stunts that we prepare for, and the Ravens are known for having exotic blitzes, exotic stunts, so I feel like our coaching staff did a great job of preparing us for those.
But what's one thing that you like to take forward from this game as an opportunity to improve, and what's one thing you feel like you did exceptionally well against the Ravens?
I don't want to answer that question right now because I haven't had a chance to watch the film, and common saying in football, it's never as good as you think, it's never as bad as you think. So before I answer that question, I want to give myself a chance to watch the film.
That's a brilliant, smart kid. Oh, my God. Did y'all hear what he said? He's like, and that's football. Like, when you think that everything is bad because you look at the end results, especially the score, you're like, man, we played terrible. But then when you go back and you look at the positives and the negatives and you make sure that you mark down all of the positive and you weigh in on all of the negatives, man. And here's another thing. When you lose a game, you're looking for that reason, that why, you begin to look at that tape even more. So when you get embarrassed out there, you look at that tape even more. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but you learn more from your failures than your success. Let me say this again. You learn more from your failures than your success. So I do like the fact that he said, hey, I'm not going to speak on that right now. Give me time to look over everything and let me see where I needed to keep at or work at. You know, maybe my elbows are too wild. Maybe I need to tuck them inside. Maybe I need to work on my feet. Did I keep my pad levels low enough, right? Was I lunging? Was I reaching? Did I stay inside the cylinder enough, right? And when it was time for me to release and pull, did I jab and I hit the right surface areas to get to the outside so that I can be the lead blocker, et cetera, you know, and did I pancake anyone, right? So those are things that you got to dive into and make sure that you measuring twice and cutting once with. And I think that this kid, by him talking like that, that's wise, that's wisdom, that's understanding of this whole situation. And I do like that aspect of it, Cowboy Nation, and we got to look at it from that aspect because, for one, this team is being ultra secretive, which is cool, right? The area and the element of the unknown. I think somebody posted a weird stat last night in the chat. Let me know who you are. He says, man, don't worry about the preseason. We haven't had a winning record in the preseason since 2006. And whoever said that, salute to you. I didn't verify it, but I trust you at this point because it felt as if though every preseason the Cowboys kind of do a sus job at preseason. So, but one thing you can't beat up, even with J.C. Garrett was here, is that when we play with healthy quarterbacks within the confines of our division, we do pretty well. So let's see how this thing can all work out. The individuals that hold the cards close and tight to their vest, 9 times out of 10 can sneak out a win or two that they didn't supposed to win. And my only thing is nobody understands or know who Schottenheimer is at this moment because it's still the area of the unknown. So I'm going to give them that. Yeah, Jonathan, I think the lack of depth is a real problem. And largely it's because of the simple fact that we operate out of comfort. There's no areas where the Dallas Cowboys can say to themselves, let's have a sense of urgency. This is literally, when I click over here, shout out to my guy, Cowboys Fan Talk. When I click over here, this is an actual picture, a photograph of what Jerry Jones be doing, you know, just relaxing, chilling, and wanting the attention, you know. So that's the craziest thing. But before we go and speak upon this, I got one thing that I want to tell you guys. You guys can be this.
How to be an Atlas man. First, gently glide your House of Atlas razor with the grain to ensure a precise, comfortable shave. Then, drop your transmission with nothing but a spoon. Anything's a tool in the hands of an Atlas man. Now apply Atlas Calming Aftershave. Welcome to the top. Welcome to Atlas.
Be the smoothest guy in the room. Durable blades for long-lasting smoothness. Precision trim edges for detail and also cutting those sideburns. With a stabilized stainless steel for a smoother shave. Dermatologist tested, comfortable, smooth glide. This will be your number one blade in the world. And all you have to do is remember House of Atlas. Shave with the best. No doubt, shave with the best with the adjustable head. It can get upon the curvatures of your jawline. And where my House of Razors at? House of Atlas razor right here. And the flexible tip with the aloe to make sure that when it glides and smooth and go against the skin that you won't have irritation for the nation. So be sure when you click upon the information in the description box, be sure to go grab one of these razors. And they also have like a membership type of thing that you can get these repeat blades, these tips, and they can come once a month. So be sure to sign up with the House of Atlas razor and be a part of that and get not 15%, but 20% off. Come on with it, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening. Adjustable head. Yes, indeed. Hallelujah. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for jumping in. With that being said, let me see what I got here. Yeah, I got my guy over here, but hold tight. Before, I hate to do this with y'all back to back, but I got to. You know what I'm saying? Because when I do that, I got to pull this up. So give me 1 second here. Yes, indeed. Before we go further into these details, I got to showcase and pull upon, where was it? I know it's somewhere in here. Bear with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have here now? I can't find it. But I can at least buy into this part right here. It's somewhere on my folder. Hold on. Where my folder at? Because I want to go into this before we pull up this certain people on the network. Okay. Here we go. I got something right here I can talk about. Come on with it. Here we go. Now, if you are driving around Dallas, right, and you see something happening like this, somebody trying to be, watch this. Yeah. He thought he was going to squeeze through there. What I'm telling you right now is reach out to our partners, man.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yeah, be sure to reach out to our partners. Call my phone. That's 817 and all of the threes you can dial, or 214 and all of the threes you can dial. With that being said, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, appreciate you, J Business. Thank you so much for your support. When you reach out to them and you can't get a hold to that number, visit FrankelFirm.com. They got over a combined of 100 years of experiences, right? Come on. It's halftime. I see you, fam. Right? From the 901 computer, you live. Computer love. Computer, man, you live, man. Computer.
All right, bro, I'll see you later.
Man, what you doing, bro?
All right. Be careful. Put the seatbelt on.
Yeah, put the seatbelt on. You're driving. You're live.
Hello?
Yeah,
hey,
you're live. You're live. I didn't want to dox you, man, but what's good, bro?
Nothing, my bad.
Nothing.
I'm talking about my street homie.
Hold on. Let me make a quick correction right now. Cooper Rush is not a solid backup, ladies and gentlemen. That's us being hoodwinked because keep in mind, Cooper Rush was out there playing the majority of the game and still threw 2 INTs to some third stringers and to some second stringers. So that's not being solid, y'all. Yeah, we got to move on from keep holding on. And Cooper Rush been in the league for 8 Years. That's a long time. I don't see solid. He's a guy that if other people do well, then he can do well. But please, we did right for moving on with Cooper Rush, but we did wrongly for moving into a situation that we got to wait for another 3 to 4 years to develop him, and his name is Joe Milton. But go ahead, my guy, computer. I just had to put that out there so people can stop talking about Cooper Rush being a solid backup when he threw 2 INTs in preseason. But keep going.
Yeah, you're 100% right on everything you're saying. And then the crazy thing, you know what? What I'm starting to realize that I really never thought about before after I'm listening to you. Do you think Will McClay is just as stubborn as Jerry and Steven is, and he won't admit that he's wrong?
That's a part of it too. He's when Will McClay jump into there, it's a situation that we know that he's a go along and get along guy, right? And that's some of the problems too. He's given the credit card, but he can only go to Dollar General. He can only go to Dollar Tree or to Walmart on happy days.
And I just can't understand why are they constantly wasting preseasons for these backup quarterbacks like they waste all their time with Trey Lance. That's coming from the front office. That's not a head coach's decision. That's not a coach's decision because you can't evaluate the rest of the team because you worried about Joe Milton.
Right.
Come out his arm and all this. They just want to be right so bad about something that they let it affect the rest of the team. They got to be like, oh, we were so smart to get Joe Milton so people can brag on him and say they done a good job. No, man, you made a mistake. That dude is not ready to play no football. I don't care what kind of arm he got. Because I posted on my Twitter page, Dak Prescott first game.
Yeah.
You know what a quarterback can do the first time he go out there. If he go out there and ball out the first time he play, that boy can play football.
Yeah.
But if he go out there and play like Joe Milton did and overthrowing people and all this old stuff, he can't play.
Yeah.
We just gotta stop, man, with this. We gotta prove, everybody right. We gotta be right about this.
I think that's the number one problem, the need to be right. And that is the situation. Like so many people want to have the need to be right, even with Mazi. The Cowboys fan base, so many people, just like for example, Cooper Rush, so many people want to fight the need to be right with Cooper Rush. He's been a backup for 8 years. He's supposed to be better than Joe Milton. That's like, can you imagine being in high school for 8 years in the 12th grade? Of course you're supposed to be the star-studded player if you've been in 12th grade for 8 years, right? So people don't know how to comprehend and look at things and say, okay, cut your losses, continue to move on, right? Continue to get better at your best.
Cut our losses and move on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't Mazi.
You all right?
The Dallas Cowboys haven't drafted a decent defensive tackle since Leon Lett. Name one defensive tackle that the Cowboys actually drafted, didn't get traded, didn't come from somewhere else, that actually was drafted by them. The two good ones, which was David Irvin and the dude that went to Seattle, that we didn't draft him.
You talking about Jason Hatcher was pretty good. Did we drafted him?
Yeah, Jason was drafted.
Yes.
But he wasn't a dominant player. He didn't make any plays. Like he ain't no Chris Jones. He ain't no Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah.
It's like.
But to be fair to Jason Hatcher, he was the last guy to have double-digit sacks from the interior, and that was many moons ago.
But he was more of a 3. He wasn't a 1 tech though, right?
Right. So when you start talking about ones, I mean, our best 1 tech in the last 20 years was an undersized guy named Jay Ratliff. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. We got to go all the way back to that time frame of when we had a dominant 1 tech, and it's just been crazy.
Yeah, everybody else has had some defensive tackles. You can't win in National Football League. It's just like Jerry and them are so stubborn that defensive tackle, they go against the grain.
Yeah.
Every time. It's so frustrating to sit there and watch a football team, and you got linebackers making plays, you got safeties making plays, you got some of the corners making plays.
Right.
But you can't evaluate your football team because your defensive line is terrible. We can't go to the season thinking that whatever dude name is, I wouldn't have gave him no contract.
Which one?
Whatever his name is. Whatever his name is.
Who?
You know,
Osa? Osa Diggy
I wouldn't give Osa no contract. I would let Osa go. But the reason why I didn't let Osa go, that they had to say they finally found a defensive tackle, that was more of a vanity thing to be like, oh, we was right. We found him. That's all that was. Anybody else would let that dude walk.
See, the thing is,
never made no plays, man.
Thing is, now with Osa, here's the thing. Now, he's one of our better defensive tackle 3 techs. I don't see any ill will in his game. But who you bringing in to replace him? Solomon Thomas?
Well, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the Cowboys are razor blade thin at finding talent there. And the moment they get talent, if they refuse to pay him, I don't trust. That's what it is. I don't trust this team on finding an interior defensive tackle to fit right on in. Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah.
It just I don't understand that. I just don't. I don't get it. I think we're gonna be fine at corner. I think Diggs and gonna be back. You know, we might have to. You know, I figure they're gonna sign one veteran. You know, to cover them. The games or whatever. But I don't think we're gonna. I'm not worried about corner. I'm worried about defensive tackle.
I'm extremely worried about corner because of the fact that we are a tweak ankle away from seeing Andre Booth back out there, week 1. And you still got no Trayvon Diggs, no Shavon Revel, Josh Butler, he's fighting to get back. But, those are 3 guys that's healthy, but they're recovering. So that's a problem for us. I cannot see this team serious about just having Bland and Elam out there.
I think they're going to sign somebody this week. You know what I'm saying? But
you got 18 days.
I'd rather get a corner. I'd rather get some defensive tackles helping than some corners. I said we need to trade Tolbert because I don't like his attitude. And they said he's been dropping passes in practice like crazy. I don't want to depend on Tolbert being the number 2. If we have to, I'd rather bring back Amari Cooper, but and trade Tolbert. You know what I'm saying? I'd sign Amari Cooper and trade Tolbert just to have another veteran backup on the team. You need to get rid of Tolbert, man. Tolbert, I don't like how he come out there with one leg on his arm and one sleeve on his arm and one sleeve on his leg and out there trying to be all pretty. Dude, you ain't no baller. Stop acting like you a baller.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? They all them think the problem with a lot of them on that team is a lot of them think they're either CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens.
Yeah.
And Joe Milton, for some reason, he think he the starter. Joe Milton, I can tell by his attitude when he got to Dallas, he think he came there to take Dak Prescott's job. And people have put that crap in his head, and that's why he can't play when he get out there on the football field. Dak done did everything in the world to try to help that boy out, but that boy thinks he thinks he's Dak. Or he think he the starter. He think because he can jump up and down and turn a flip. I don't care if you can throw a ball a country mile. If you can't hit the daggum numbers in between that country mile, that arm is not worth nothing.
Yeah, it's one of the things.
If he can sit there and do that in practice, then when he get in the game, his head don't work. It ain't gonna never work.
Yeah, he got a long way to go. Not to say that any of us out on him, but he got a long way to go, bro. And it's not gonna happen to turn around anytime soon.
Because when soon as Romo got hurt and they put Dak Prescott in that game, Dak got in that game, balled out, and he ain't looked back since. When they put Romo in there for Quincy Carter, Romo looked back and went ahead and never looked back.
Yeah.
It ain't going to happen. They got to quit trying to put a square peg in a round hole. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in that organization, it's just like, ain't no way in the world in the first quarter of a preseason game, we trying to get ready for the season. Mm-hmm. Ain't no way Dixie Dog, Deuce Vaughn supposed to be in the game.
Yeah.
Mafia been out playing all the...
Uh-oh.
He, on that 1-yard run, that jumper just ran up there and quit. He didn't have no kind of oomph by himself when he ran up there and got tackled.
Mm-hmm.
He like he was hobbling. And I'm like, man, you really wanted him to go in as a running back? Man, that dude, his head is gone, too. It's gone. His head is gone. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bad situation to go into the season. It ain't nobody but Stephen Jones and that scouting department. They got more control over that football team than any football team I've ever seen in my life. It ain't all Jerry Jones. It ain't all Jerry's fault. Will McClay gets some blame for this too.
Before I let you go, computer, what other inside sources do you have?
Well, the only inside source they've been telling me is that from my inside source, I hate to break it to y'all, Cowboy fans. Let me get on the phone and tell y'all this. Man, from what I heard from my inside source was that they ain't got no faith in the season. Even the media and a lot of the Dallas people is like, it ain't gonna work. It's like Jerry them just don't care. Like they don't have no faith in what's going on. They putting shot up there to fail so they can sit up there and say they tried. If it work, it don't work. They ain't trying to put nothing into it. They not trying to fix nothing or none of that. They said that most of the media people left camp early. Like they got a non-lackadaisical attitude about it. It's like it's the same attitude. Like they've had this attitude that they're mad at the team, the Cowboy players, the fans, and everything ever since that Green Bay game. They think they have done such a great job that the players like Dak and CD and Trayvon and Michael done let them down. But they can't do it by themselves. Howard Roseman is always trying to get some good players. They are 3 deep on defensive line from 1 tech to 3 tech in Philadelphia. They deep on the offensive line. Their players are huge.
Man.
The Detroit Lions are built strong in the middle, just like those teams are. And they're working together. The media works together with the team. You don't hear them going there bad mouthing the players. The players got confidence. Everybody in Dallas is confidence is shot. Because they're like, if you're going to sit up and treat the best player in the NFL like crap and walk around here like y'all own everything and run everything, they don't care. They rich people do not care about folks like the fans and people out here busting. They just in a whole different world. You can't fault them for it. They've been in that world for so long and up in that stratosphere. They just don't see things like we do. They don't know how they have to go to the grocery store and have to spread your bills out and pay for your kids and all that kind of stuff. They don't buy groceries. You know what I'm saying? Once you become rich and you live in that world, you come numb to what everything else is going on. It's just like I give y'all a prime example, a perfect example. When 3 6 Mafia, we was making those albums, right? When we moved out to California, the music started to sound like Cali.
Right.
Because we were living out there, we kicking it, having a good time. And Project Pat said, man, we losing our sound. Our bass, we ain't got the same bass no more. So he had to talk to Paul and Juice. And once he talked to Paul and Juice, they were like, you know what, Pat's right. And they went back to the grime and stuff. We came back to Memphis, recorded, and everything got back on track. They go leave. They don't stay in California when they record them. Because when you're living out there in Beverly Hills with the palm trees and the blue skies and you're flying around on private jets, you're not going to get the same grimy feeling that you get when you're making that music. Same with the Cowboys. The Cowboys, Jerry Jones, them are not hungry no more. When him and his family first got the team, they was hungry. You know, they wanted to win. It's about win. We're going to win. And he let Jimmy build that team. He done got to now. He's like, you know what, man? I done took $150 million investment. I done turned to $12 billion. Ain't nobody smarter than me. He have done more to help the Rams out and these other franchises out than he had the Cowboys. Because he done helped them people get stadiums. He just got too much going on. He don't care about that football. He said his own self said, this is the way I think that we can be a championship. That's not going to change. His son not going to change. Everybody in that family is raised the same way. They're not going to listen. They're not going to listen to nobody. He done been blessed. God done blessed him. He's not finna listen to nobody.
Man.
He's no different than anybody else in that power. Look, same thing going in the White House. You think they're going to listen to anybody else? They got their mind made up on how things are. And it's wrong for him to sit up there and take advantage of Michael Parsons as a child. Michael Parsons is a 26-year-old child. Of course he's going to listen to it. I don't care if y'all had some deal on the table, which they did have a deal, but the agent did tell Michael that wasn't a good deal. Now, Michael shouldn't have listened to the agent. He should be like, man, I already shook Jerry's hand and told him we was going to do this. Let's try to figure it out. But he listened to the agent. The agent don't care nothing about Michael, be honest with you. Because if Michael get in trouble or some girl say he done something, that
it starts from the first phone call.
Dry. And then Jerry will come back and help him later on and stuff like that. I mean, two things can be true at once. Jerry's a good dude. He helped a lot of black people and stuff like that, but he is stubborn as they come, and he's not going to change for nothing. They got an idea in their head that they're going to build these championships the way they want to do it. Don't care if it take 30 years, 50 years, or 60 years. As long as that franchise is worth more than everybody else, and they're on TV, and they make it Netflix. He look at it like ain't nobody else made a Netflix special about no other owner in the NFL. I'm the best at this.
Yeah, he is the first.
You know
He is the Ray J.
Yeah, you know.
He is the Ray J.
You know, yeah, he ain't gonna change. It's like he gonna get in that camera and look and tell them people that he's sorry to the fans. He know we need to win more, and it's heavily on my mind. If it's heavily on your mind, Jerry, do something about it.
No doubt,
Add somebody else. Add Jimmy. Call Jimmy Johnson on the phone and say, Jimmy, what would you do?
No doubt. Hey, I got a super chat. Hold tight, computer. I got a super chat.
Darren Posey, $5.
He says,
my sources says Law is about to hang up on you, buddy.
Hey, man. DP, man. Appreciate you, man, so much for your support. Yes, indeed.
What DP say?
Hey, man, he said my sources say I'm about to hang up on you.
Okay.
But man, it's all good, man. Hey, but
it's all good, y'all. Look, y'all. Yeah. Y'all. Hey. Me and Law we really got inside sources.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
I know more about the Cowboys dude than the front office dude. I've been following the team for them jumpers even got that job.
Yeah,
I was there when Mike Irvin was crying on the sideline when he got hurt in that Carolina game. He was crying on the sideline. I talked to Nate New. If you want to listen to find out what's going on, you listen to Law and you listen to Nate. Nate gonna tell you what's up.
Yeah. I know you got real sources, man. You don't have to explain.
We fix the Miller, we fix the Miller, that defensive line, people, we're not going to win anything. We're going to win some games. I'm telling you something. Dak Prescott is a baller. This is going to be one of the best years Dak has ever had. So Dak might carry us into it like he did at Mississippi State. The same thing when Dak was at Mississippi State, he didn't have no help. Dak has never had a defensive line. And if you sit around and watch that special they just did on that O-line with Travis Frederick and all of them, you mean to tell me you have a great O-line like that, but you didn't get them no D-line to help them?
Boy, you speaking. Yeah. You speaking the truth.
It's just like you look at DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware was a great end, but they never gave him any help in the interior, in the D line or somebody on the other side. So the Joneses want the Cowboys stars to do it by themselves because you got people like Charles Haley that sit up there and get up in front of the presser for the preseason and point his finger at the players and tell the players it's on them. And sit there and not give no kind of stuff to the front office to do their job. That's the problem. Because you got former players like Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith and all them, man, they're making money now. They're not. They used to be like, you know what, Jerry, you need to do this. They don't care because they don't want Jerry to cut their money out.
No doubt,
Nobody is telling the truth around that organization. Everybody's on that payroll. And then you think, if them stars don't want the Cowboys to win a Super Bowl because they win a Super Bowl, people going to stop talking about them. They got to go back to the back of the line like Roger Staubach and all of them. Remember, everybody used to be all on Roger Staubach and all of them to them boys won them 3 Super Bowls. Nobody even talk about Roger no more. Roger Dodger was the man before Troy Aikman won a Super Bowl.
Man, I appreciate you calling in, computer, man. Thank you so much, man.
I'm sorry, man. It's Sunday afternoon, man. I'm upset, man.
I'm
mad because I want to win, and we got a good quarterback like Dak Prescott that can win, but they don't want to give him no help. They don't want a black man to do it by himself. Damn it, we need help just like everybody else do. We love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all super chat the mess out of Law Nation.
No doubt, man.
Send as much money as possible.
No doubt, that's my guy.
Because he's the best.
Appreciate
he got 140,000 subscribers, baby. Law is the one winning. Hell, he the one need to be running the franchise instead of them jokers. All right, man. We'll see y'all later before they get mad at me. I'll see y'all later.
No doubt, man. That's computer, man. That's my guy, computer, man. And hey, things could be just as bad. Let me play this before I let the next caller on. And here we go right here.
In 1984, Donald Trump almost purchased the Dallas Cowboys for $40 million. But he passed on the deal not seeing the financial potential. So instead, an oil tycoon turned a risky investment into the greatest brand in sports history. The story starts in the early 1980s and the NFL is booming. Football is becoming America's new favorite pastime and the league is expanding with bigger TV deals, more fans, and more money. The Cowboys, who were the gold standard a decade decade prior, were struggling to maintain their dominance. That's when the founder of the Cowboys, Clint Murchison Jr., approached Trump to buy the team for $40 million. However, he turned it down, stating that owning the Cowboys would be a no-win situation. If the team won, it would be expected, and if they lost, they would all blame Trump. What's wild is the Cowboys sold a few months later for $140 million, 3 times what Trump would have paid for it. Fast forward 5 years later, and this is when a 46-year-old Jerry Jones enters the picture. At the time, Jerry was in the oil business with no NFL experience, but he looked at the Cowboys as a global brand waiting to be unlocked. So in 1989, Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys for $140 million, the same exact sale price from 5 years prior. And immediately Jerry made a splash, firing his coach and bringing in Jimmy Johnson. In the first 7 years of being an owner, Jerry won 3 Super Bowls. He continued to make big moves, including investing in state-of-the-art stadiums and revolutionizing the team's marketing, turning the Cowboys into the most valuable sports brand in history. Today, the Cowboys are worth $10.1 billion, and Jerry's initial $140 million investment has become one of the most successful and most profitable moves in all of sports. In 1984,
all right, so, man, boy, we could have been the Trump boys over here, boy. Hey, I think that, you know, the comparisons of the two, I think that they both ultra-aggressive. But I think that right now Trump would have probably been bored of the Cowboys. I think that the whole ideology of bringing in Jimmy wouldn't have never happened. And the only way this would have worked collectively if Trump were to buy the Cowboys and also figure out a way to have the foresight to bring in Jimmy. Jimmy Johnson would probably still be the coach here because Trump is not into football like that. But that's the way the world is, man. I got the next caller on from the 210. This is my guy, CJ. What's good with you, man? You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me.
What's happening? What's happening, Lo?
Not much, man. What you got for me today, bro?
Man, I don't know it, man. I checked the game out yesterday, man. You know, I don't blame some of the fans being a little frustrated. I kind of got a little frustrated, you know, just with the whole thing about. I know we trying to evaluate Joe Milton. I get that. They spent the 4th round pick on him. They trying to see if he can process his reads and stuff. That's what they trying to see.
Okay.
They know he got a big arm. They know he can scramble. You know, they know he got those little intangibles, but what do you have between the ears? That's what they trying to see.
I think that when you look at Joe Milton overall, they tempered what he normally do. And that's not me trying to make it easy for him, because the reason why he was Joe Milton that we saw in the Patriots game playing against, I believe, the Bills that year, that one game last season, was his ability to scramble, his ability to run, read options and stuff like that. And the Cowboys didn't do none of that. So they try to keep him within the confines of the pocket. They try to get him to make big board throws, and he's not able to deliver that on a consistent basis or being able to read the defense a little bit. And these are the things that we are able to see. So if you're going to take away Joe Milton's athleticism and keep him inside the pocket, then he's no longer Joe. What makes Lamar Jackson a nice quarterback is his athleticism. It's not his precision and precise throws. It's more so his athleticism that you got to cover that. And then when his ability to scramble, you got to play man-to-man, or you got to have a situation where it's one-on-one to the outside, because when you're playing against the Ravens, it's more so you trying to stop the run. So that's why when you look at Lamar Jackson game, not to say that Joe Milton is Lamar Jackson, he throws into the situation whereas it's one-on-ones to the outside, because teams are trying to stop the run. They are never trying to stop the pass when you're playing the Ravens. And if Joe Milton is ever going to be a good quarterback in the National Football League, he's going to have an extreme high running game.
Right.
Yeah.
And you brought up Lamar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it was one time where you know, regardless of how you can move around, you know, you can scramble and blah blah blah. You still got to be able to have the pocket presence to be able to throw from the pocket, like you said, read the defense, and you got to be able to process an offense. Your reads. Lamar made that jump. He actually made that jump, and that's why he had the year that he had last year, and and the year before that, it was a pretty good year for him too.
No, I think CJ, what happened with Lamar, and not to make this a Ravens show, but he had the coach. The coach didn't try to change him. The coach just improved what he is. They never try to make Lamar a pocket quarterback. They always allow Lamar to be Lamar, and that's the blessings of him going to the Ravens, especially under Harbaugh. But if he went to a team, I tell people all this time, if Lamar Jackson, because he was drafted in 2018, and we drafted LVE over Lamar Jackson, right? If you pick up Lamar Jackson and put him on the same Cowboys team, they would have tried to change him. They would have tried to make him a pocket thrower, right? They don't like quarterbacks that run here in Dallas, and that would have been the same thing even with Lamar here. If we didn't have a Dak Prescott, we would be still having the same conversation.
You're right.
Yeah,
I got you. He just got a lot of Chad Hussles in him. That's all. He just got a lot of Chad. But check this out right here.
Talk to me.
Hey, check this out right here. Hey, your boy Boo say he was the truth, and he came through for you, huh? Yeah, that's one time for you, Law.
No doubt, man. I owe somebody 25 push-ups, man. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Booth did do his thing last night on that one play, though. Go ahead.
Have you gotten a chance to pretty much look at the D-line? Like, I know that, don't get me wrong, I know what we seeing in the preseason ain't gonna be what we're gonna see out our starters. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of expectations for that first team, and you know what I'm saying. I believe things could possibly get rolling. Only concern I got is probably just like anybody else. I mean, I guess I just say cornerback and some more help on that D-line, man. I mean, that's just what that is. Like,
the more the merrier with that, man. I appreciate you for calling in, CJ. You got anything else before I let you go?
No, that's it, man. No matter.
No doubt. It's CJ, man, from East Texas, man. All right, I get it. Shoot. We can't be the developmental boys, right? That's what we tend to do. We develop players, and then when they develop, we either move on from them or give them some kind of crazy contract, and we like, hey, what was that? And the Cowboys been falling in that cycling for a long time and not evaluating, right? Like, look at the cost that it cost the Cowboys to continue to have Joe out there, opposed to bringing in a quarterback that's already been around the world and just looking to be a good backup quarterback. We would have been able to evaluate some of these wide receivers a little bit better. But in actuality, that's not what the Cowboys do. So that's a part of the problem. And it's also a conundrum, because even if we were to go, let's say, for example, bring in a Joe Flacco to be the backup quarterback, or any of the veteran quarterbacks that's been around that's been more serviceable than a Cooper Rush, then people would say, put that quarterback in. He's better than your starting quarterback, because the maturity level of the Cowboys fans are not there, and the maturity level of the front office is not there. Instead of putting out the fire, they would keep that fire going. And that's one of the problems with the Dallas Cowboys. We can't do what the 49ers just did. When they picked up Mac Jones, everybody know that that's a backup quarterback. If we were to have Mac Jones here, they'd been like, hey, he's the starter. He going to fight for that starting role over Dak Prescott. And that's where we are at, Cowboy Nation. I got the 334 and the 915. 334, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Yeah, how you doing today, Law?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I can't complain.
Is it true that Jared Jones don't care about winning? I know you ain't gonna lie to me, Law.
Hey, man, that's what he said to everybody the other day. He said he's after the sizzle. He's after the fame, and that's not winning. I'll never forget, there's a movie, fam, called Coach Carter. and that was a guy that played that role, Samuel Jackson. And these guys were shooting threes, and when they shoot the shot, they would do the dance like, woo, yeah, yeah, yeah. And he started mocking the players and letting them know that, hey, it's good to celebrate. But the main thing is winning the game, win with poise, win with substance, right? But the Cowboys,
That's what it's all about.
the Cowboys don't do that, unfortunately, and as above, so below. So that's a problem. If Jerry Jones lamented the fact that I'm out here for sizzle, I'm out here for fame and attention, it's hard to then turn back around and say, nah, I was just bullsugaring y'all. I'm really out here to win.
Right. I just don't understand it, man.
Unfortunately, man. As the older he gets,
it's crazy.
The older he get, the more he's telling y'all the truth, right? Yep.
Yeah. His true colors show.
Yep. He gonna get in trouble if he can't hold them lies together in his mind. It's gonna start seeping out and slipping out, and it's gonna be a terrible situation. I think that at some point the media need to do a better job and not taking advantages of the elders. At some point, regardless of the situation, somebody need to step in and intervene and stop interviewing him because they winning too. If they really care about this organization franchise, they say, hey, you know what? All money ain't good money. Let's stop recording Jerry, at this point, because it's like going into a senior citizen home and start interviewing them. They'll tell you all type of story tales and everything that they did when they growing up. I think that the Cowboys media and everybody in this Metro DFW, they need to stop interviewing the old senile man.
Yeah. I think Jerry got dementia.
It's and when you have it, when you have that stuff, it will seep in at certain parts, so you don't know who you're talking to, and they don't know who they talking to. Yeah.
It gets real. Yeah. But that's all I got to say about that, man.
No doubt.
Everybody keep their head up, man. It's gonna be all right.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in. That's from the 334. Right. Yes, indeed. And it's going to get worse, y'all. It's not like it's going to get better. He's going through it. Jerry Jones is going through it. And it may seem as if, though, everything is sharp and nice, but Jerry Jones has been, and no offense to the new PR staff that he had, but they can't hold a candle to Rich when he was here. Fixed it, Rich. Y'all remember Rich Dalrymple? He just, fell in love with being a peeping Tom and stuff and doing some other crazy stuff. But I'm just saying that ever since Jerry no longer have Roosevelt, no longer have the peeping Tom, Rich Dalrymple, I think that this particular PR staff is not as poised as they used to be, and you're seeing it out there on the forefront. Like, Jerry used to have some security right around him. Now he's just walking around. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not as clean as it should be. Big SAR says Mingo has a PCL injury. Yes. So he's going to be out for at least 30 days. You got to let that heal. You can't really start cutting on that knee. Now, only player that I seen play through a bruised PCL, partially torn PCL, was my guy Ezekiel Elliott. And even by him playing on that partially torn or bruised PCL, it's not a badge of honor with the Cowboys. When you play, when you're hurt or injured, these fans, they don't give a dog, right? They only want the results. So if he's out there on the field and not looking up to par, it's going to hurt him even more. I think that the Cowboys going to slide him to the PUP or something like that, injury reserve, and he's going to make this team on the largely facts that he is also a guy that the Cowboys burned a 4th-round draft pick for. So I don't think that the Cowboys are willing to eat that because the need to be right is also in the building. They're not finna cut ways with him because it's going to blow back in the front office face. And sometimes you lose some, you win some. And the Cowboys are not about that business. I got my brother from the 915. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, what's up, Law Nation? How are you, brother?
I'm doing great, man. I can't complain.
Awesome. Yo, so yesterday we talked about who I thought did good, and I mean, we talked about quarterbacks, but I'm just sitting here being bummed out because it was painful yesterday with that offense. Feeling bad for the receivers not being able to show off what they can do. For those receivers that are in the cuffs of either making the team, being practice squad, or getting cut, they haven't been able to show anything because of how bad the quarterback play has been.
Yeah.
So I'm bummed out about that. I'm also a little bummed out about Maffa because I think he's pulling some great runs, but they keep getting called back. And it's just, I really hope this next preseason game, the receivers or these players that are, trying to make the team can show something, because if not, I don't know. I don't want to lose a good player just because they weren't able to even get the ball to them. What do you think?
The last preseason game will be the glorified third stringer Super Bowl, right? So we watching threes versus threes, right? Twos versus twos. So it's hard to quantify what they would do against ones. So this is like, especially the Vanilla Bowl. I don't know, bro. It's going to be, I can't take away anything from the last preseason game because of the simple fact of how the NFL kind of got these 3 preseason games, and it's really, the last preseason game is really just a placeholder. I just can't get any real evaluations out of it outside of just saying, okay, look, you got some good tape out there for someone else to see, but that's about it, because the Cowboys, you really can't take away from what the last 2 previous preseason games were about, right? Like yesterday, what we can really take away, we just only piecing things together, right? And the first preseason game, we only piecing things together. So to me, I think that eventually the Cowboys, or like the NFL in general, they may just do it like college, man. One little preseason game, and then you get right into the business work.
Oh,
that'd probably be the future, man, because so many people scared of players getting hurt. So many people are scared of players, not being able to do X, Y, and Z due to the collective bargaining agreement and wear and tear, and it's a lot of stuff. And then when we do add one more game, right? Where they gonna take it from? They're gonna take it away from the preseason game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think in the future, instead of 3 preseason games, they're going to have 2. They're going to take away another preseason game. Watch.
Okay, cool. Yeah. One more question. So I got to ask you, because we haven't seen anything. But what receiver do you think is making the team? Trayshawn Holden, the Cali guy from Texas Tech, or wherever he's from,
Josh Kelly,
or Johnson, or Brooks?
Sad to say this, but I think that the Cowboys operate out of comfort, and they keep the same record that we had last season.
Damn, I really had hope for that. Yeah. For Holden. Okay, Phil Maffa staying on the team, or Deuce Vaughn. I mean, we already seen what we have with Deuce Vaughn. I've seen 3 years or 2 years of Deuce Vaughn. I haven't really seen a lot of Maffa, but I'm liking his runs. They just keep getting called back. What do you think is going to happen with either of those 2 running backs?
I think they go with one veteran guy. I think Sanders, he get cut, and they're going to try to claim him off of waivers to come back. So they're going to go, in my opinion, they're going to go with Javonte Williams.
Okay.
Jadon Blue. Maffa.
Okay. Hunter. Okay, Lipke. All right. That's pretty much all I had. Hopefully we have I'm being optimistic, and I mean, it's hard right now, but hopefully we have a better 3rd preseason game. I'll be able to give you some better feedback.
Yeah.
And I'll let you go on this fine Sunday, man. You already know, say it with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Puro pinche Cowboys for life.
For life, man. Come on with it, man. That's my guy, Alfonso, man. I know how it is. As much as I try to cut Jalen Brooks, he's like Anthony Brown, or he's like a Booth. He got 9 lives in his mug, man. And I think that the Cowboys will not roughen the feathers and get rid of their guys. They like their guys. So they're going to roll out the same wide receivers we had last year. I think Tolbert is safe. I think Kevontae Turpin, of course, he's safe. Ryan Flanoy and Jalen Brooks. I think that they're going to keep those guys. They're going to keep them. Unfortunately, man, shout out to the angry Cowboy. Appreciate you, man. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but I think that Trayshawn Holden, they're going to play with fire and see if he can clear waivers, bring him back on the practice squad. The reason why I say that is because if they really valued Trayshawn Holden, then they would have at least inserted him a little bit more than Josh Kelly. We see more of Josh Kelly. They would have inserted him a little bit ahead of Jalen Cropper. Those boys on the back end of the wide receiver room got more. So they're hoping with hopes to stash Trayshawn Holden. And if he goes to another team, hey, they say, hey, your allegiance got to be with us, you know. Keep in mind, they gave that guy a $3,000 signing bonus in a $3 million contract. None of that money is guaranteed. So the Cowboys are about saving money, man. So it is for what it is. Unfortunately, they're just for what it is, the Cowboys. Tolbert is Dak's guinea pig. Okay, I feel you, energy plug, yeah. They're going to try to stash him, man. I got Big Amish, man. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me from the 202.
How about them Cowboys, y'all?
Yo, man, what's good with you?
Here are my concerns. And it's across the board.
Mm-hmm.
We really have concerns. Tell me if I'm wrong, but we have question marks running backs. We do, don't we?
Right.
We have that. Our strength of the team right now on offense is the tight end group. Would you say that?
I'll
and
say,
the wide receivers.
Yeah, the wide receivers and the tight ends. That's the strength of this team right now. Mm-hmm.
Right. So Dak's got to deal with running backs and an offensive line that are question marks.
Big ones.
And we're going to have to go through growing pains throughout the season. That's one. On defense, we have an unproven defensive line. We got concerns on defensive backs. We also have question marks at linebacker. The linebacking core,
I like Sanborn. I like Mears, hustle and flow. Of course, we waiting for Overshawn to get back. Shamar, he played pretty well. I think our linebackers are better than what we may be expecting. So if I had a tier, I'm looking at it like our edge rushers are our best group on defense, just edge rushers in general. Second to that is the linebacker room. Third to that is the safety, and then fourth to that would be the cornerbacks, and then last to that would be the interior play. I think our interior play is probably our worst.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say we have question marks, it's because we know that if the interior line is not there, guess what's going to happen to our linebacking core?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to look sloppy. They'll pick up tackles, but it's going to be down the field. That's not going to be their strength, right? I like what I saw in the preseason, but I do not want to. I'm removing the preseason. I'm not even looking at the preseason to evaluate anything, even though I have certain hopes, right? But that's why I'm throwing question marks. And we have a divisional rival. It's the first game. Who won the Super Bowl? 2 pieces of incentive that we should have. So if we fall flat on our face on that first game,
right,
I'm gonna be wildly concerned. Right? You hear what I'm saying? As far as, because this isn't a team that's made a run in the deep end playoffs. They haven't done it. They haven't proved anything really, other than winning in the regular season. That's my concern. And now, I also have concern about Dak's health. He looks fine. He looks lighter. But it seems like if he's going to have to run the ball, what used to make him, in my view, top level was his ability to do that RPO and also get on the edge and throw it on the run or play action. I don't know how that all plays out because there's going to be a lot of pressure focused on him.
Yeah.
I want you to, especially with the Eagles, they're going to attack him. They're going to go right after him. Let me know what you think about it. Don't you think? I mean, he's going to be the main target.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when teams look at the Cowboys, the number one thing is to take away Dak. They're not focused on the run. They're going to play quarters defense. They're going to drop 6 or 7. They're not trying to load the box. This team haven't warranted that particular threat yet. Now, hopefully, Javonte Williams, he can give us more than what we've seen in practice, right? And he can be that unknown guy week 1, but 9 times out of 10, he is the level of the unknown. It's not like Javonte Williams is a world beater. So unless he comes into this game and be the second coming of a Terrell Davis, then it's going to be a long season for us because the Cowboys have the inability to forecast to see down the stretch and make sure that they bring in a more value runner back. But it's the area of the unknown. So, yeah, Dak Prescott being the age of 32, I don't know if there's ever been 32 to a 38-year-old quarterback being able to elude and being evasive and running outside of the pocket. I think at the age of 32, he should be more of a scan the field, and if it's not there, throw it away. I wouldn't want Dak Prescott to continuously try to run around like he's in his 20s. I wouldn't do that.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. I think, but the problem's going to be if we assume that we're going to make the playoffs, right? If that happens, number one, I don't see us winning more than 10 games, but I do see us going into the playoffs with 10 games or not. I do see us doing that. If that fails, then I think everything else goes out the window with what we think of a quarterback. But I don't think that's the case.
Right.
But if we get into the playoffs, the added dimension that every other team has is a running quarterback. And I just don't see us Dak Prescott being able to take this offense with all these question marks. Maybe it does happen. That's what I'm hoping for, to be honest with you. But I'm just saying the reality is all these question marks have to crystallize in our favor, in Dak's favor, where he becomes basically like a Joe Montana who literally directs an offense even from the backfield, running backs running out and throwing, just total control, which he does have.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's just too many question marks.
Yeah, you're going to have to ask for a whole lot to be as efficient as that 49ers offense back in those days, man. They were very efficient, but I don't see us being that efficient year one.
Because we don't have the pieces.
And we don't have
Roger
the pieces. We don't have a Roger Craig here. We don't have a Jerry Rice and all this stuff. Now, we do have some phenomenal wide receivers like Lamb and Pickens. So it's just a wait and see, man. And this is a clear outline. If everything works the way it is, then it's a no-brainer that your MVP is number 4. But I appreciate you for calling in. Man. Yeah.
You got it.
Thank you, Dave, for calling in.
One more.
Uh-huh.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Yes, indeed. From what we are picking up, yes, this is only preseason, but I just don't foresee us being a team where you depending on a 32-year-old quarterback to be RPOs, to be running around with his head cut off. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I would say, yeah, get what you can get out of bounds, but I wouldn't depend on Dak Prescott being a mobile quarterback to that degree. That's all I'm saying. You shouldn't dial up plays for your 32-year-old quarterback to be running around, lowering shoulders and this stuff, because the moment that happened and you get somebody that's like a Joe Milton in this game, it's going to be a long season for us. And granted, like I said before, this would show the separations of the first team versus second team and third team. But it's not it's not weird for us to say that this team is top heavy. It's exactly top heavy. That's where we've been. We've been top heavy since the 90s almost. Since 97, 98, we don't have a complete team. Even Computer to that degree was right. We get superstar players, and we tend to only lean on said superstar. We had DeMarcus Ware here, and like he said, we didn't know how to complement DeMarcus Ware with great interior play. It was DeMarcus Ware or bust on how we get sacks. Well, Law, do you have any more truths to it? Right now, it's Micah Parsons or bust on how we get sacks. And what we're doing is we playing around with our food because the Cowboys don't have a futures contract on Micah Parsons. And he's disgruntled. He haven't been in practice all training camp. So we got to understand that, ladies and gentlemen. But guess what? The NFL, they don't care about that. That's the Cowboys' problem, not the NFL problem. One of my favorite movies, The Fugitive. And when they was looking for the doctor who killed his wife, allegedly, right? And when it was time for him, he was in a tunnel. And I forgot his name, I think Harrison Ford. He was like, I didn't kill my wife. And what's the guy name? The other guy was like, Richard, I don't care. Put the gun down, and then that's when he walked back on that scene and he jumped off the dam. At the end of the day, nobody cares about the Cowboys' misfortunes. Nobody cares about that old man, senile Jerry Wayne Jones said, I'm only out for sizzle. Because at the end of the day, people will look at the results and they would say, the Cowboys, the Tommy Lee Jones, that's his name. Yeah, he said, I don't care. Yeah, and that's one of my favorite movies, man. I'm going to go watch it again to get my mind back to it. Yeah. Fugitive, Harrison Ford. Yeah. When they were looking for him, he said, I want y'all to find him. I want hen house, outhouse, dog house. We're looking for him. He got a 24-hour head start. We going to find Richard Kimball. Dr. Richard Kimball. I think that was his name in the movie. Harrison Ford. He said, man, that brother jumped off of this ledge. They said, he's dead. He didn't survive that fall. Shoot. All right. Yeah, the movie Fugitive, not the TV show. I don't know if they had a TV show. But Nachos, man, you good, man. You good. You live on the Nation from the 831.
Hey, my man. How you doing? Law?
I'm doing great, man. What you got?
Great stuff. Hey, listen, I love to hear you guys, the collective, with all the boys. You guys are outstanding. Law, my question would be for you is I'm asking myself, so far you hear about all this kind of little concerning, the two preseason games, maybe not showing much right now. Call it vanilla offense, a little bit of struggles with our backup quarterback, not knowing what's going to happen. How are you seeing or listening to what's happening? I mean, is this kind of one of those where, hey, let's not get over the top in terms of overreacting about maybe the team not quite looking maybe as good or efficient, with some deficiencies along the ways, a lot of unknowns. Obviously, Schottenheimer, obviously he's got a lot of pressure in his first year to make sure that he kind of at least puts a very competitive football game. What's your take?
Now you said, say that one more time, Famo. What's the what?
Yes. So I guess what I'm asking is, there's a little turn going on with the Dallas Cowboys in the first two games of the preseason game, being that maybe we're not showing much. We don't want to show much. Vanilla offense is that, our backup quarterback maybe not playing as good as he does in practice, at the training camp. Still thinking about that D tackle, corner, depth. Is it something
the
that
thing is, not to cut you off, but I got to at this point, because here's my thoughts on this, bro. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners, right? And if you got something that's so good, it doesn't matter if another team picks it up. You're supposed to be so efficiency. You should have the efficiency level so great that it don't matter. Everybody knows, and I hate to bring these guys up, but everybody knows it's about to be the tush push, right? But can you stop it? Everybody got all of the reasonings on how they can, but they can't. And everybody have the same amount of possibilities to do the same play, right? But they can't perform and perfect it like the Eagles did. So in the 90s, everybody knew that the Cowboys were going to put the ball in the belly of Emmett. It wasn't an element of surprise. And Emmett was still able to get those yards. Nobody on their front five was considered a first-round draft pick outside of when we went and got one. But so at the end of the day, you got to be efficient and got to be confident enough to trust your play call and trust your skill set that this is my quarterback, this is my wide receiver, this is my running back. You can see every tape known to man, but we going to do what we came to do, and that is to put BTA. You see, but the Cowboys, when you saw working on, we got to hide this, we got to hide that, it ended up being that you don't practice that and do that, and you're not as you're efficient on that is not where it's supposed to be. And that's where we're at in this modern day Cowboys.
Law Nation, I don't think I could have said it any much better. The bottom line is, like you said, in the 90s, right? We knew we're going to give the ball to Emmitt Smith. The ball was going to be given to Michael Irvin.
Right.
And the game is on the line. We're going to do what we were going to do. And this whole hesitation about not showing your cards, not wanting to play your players. You see a lot of these really good football teams.
Right.
You could talk about the Chiefs, or you could say even the Eagles, what have you. Your starters, you need reps.
Yeah.
You need to get in football shape. You need to get that first hit under your belt. You need to get. We're about to open up against the Eagles here coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. So
I'm hoping, right? I'm hoping that, that we get, obviously, I think, is it only one more game left in
It's one more preseason game left. And Schottenheimer needs a boatload of confidence, and he needs to show at least something like show the offense can move and groove and get something in rhythm. The defense, give us a little bit more. They tried and they gave us a pick six last week, but let's see if we can expound upon that, because at the end of the day, confidence plays a major role in a lot of psyche. There's been a lot of people that won just off of confidence and not talent or not scheme or not systematic stuff. You got to have some levels of confidence when you're heading into this football world.
110. And lastly, I'll leave you with this, Law. God willing, my birthday was just, a few days ago, and I was surprised with my family. We're going to be traveling to Chicago. Obviously, I live over here. I live about an hour and a half south of San Francisco in the Bay Area. We're going to be traveling the Cowboys at Soldier Field against the Bears. I'm excited about taking the family there. We're going to be on a road trip, and hey, man, I'm excited about the football team. I'm excited about Schottenheimer, the new coach, new coaches, the new energy, everything. And I'm just hoping that we're going to go out there and, hey, listen, let's develop. Let's be aggressive. Let's be confident. Let's go out and do what we do. And having Pickens as an addition is exciting as well. So
yes, that is exciting, man.
You have a blessed day, and hey, Law, you're always outstanding. I know I met you at Oxnard a while ago, and you're always a very approachable man. I appreciate your kindness, your support, and your professionalism. You're doing a hell of a job out there, man.
Man, I thank you so much, man, and I appreciate you. Nachos, man. Appreciate you, man. Good call.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
Good call from a man. Confidence can take you a long way, man. And y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Shout out to you, David Jenkins. Shout out to you, Matrix. Appreciate you. JVV boy, you appreciate you. So that's what I'm saying. And not saying that winning a preseason game will get you confident. But there's really, if you think about it, what great series did we have, right? You know, I'm talking about on offense where you can say, man, that series there, they marched down the field. They were able to hit their receivers in stride. They was able to run in between the splits. They were penalty less. You know, they didn't call any crazy pre-snap penalties or anything. We don't have that yet. So as fans, we hoping. That's all we got. We don't know. We believe we can win games. We believe, like those who are even those who believe, there's still levels of hope. And I'm going to break that down. But I'm going to get my guy here from the 979 and then the 206 Marv. You're next. But for the 979, you're a little bit ahead of him. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going down, Love Nation? This is Pittman calling in. Appreciate you giving me a chance to speak, brother.
It's indeed, man. I appreciate you, man. Do you know the difference between believing and knowing?
I mean, I like to think so.
Mm-hmm. Which one's more powerful, believing something or knowing something?
No, I would like to think knowing something. I mean, I could be wrong on that. I mean, I think knowing something.
Yeah. You see, here's the difference between knowing and believing.
Okay.
You got your mom and dad still here on this earth?
Well, I still have my mother, but father passed away back in 2018.
Did you believe that that's your father?
Can you say that one more time?
Did you believe that that was your father, or did you know that that was your father?
Both.
You know that that was your father, right? You know that that's your mom.
Yes, sir.
So that's the difference. Yeah. Believing, you haven't seen it. You just understanding that that's a possibility. Knowing is you know for sure without a shadow of a doubt that you understand it. You get what I'm saying? And when the Cowboys, they can believe in Shotty, but do they know that Shotty can get it done? And that's where we are at. We hoping that he know what he's doing. But right now we hoping that we believe that his system will work. So that's the difference. And with this team, we believe that this team can win us 10 games, but we don't know it, right? We believe that this team can. We believe that this team can run the ball in between the A gap or B gap. We don't know it, you know. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. So when we speak higher consciousness, I hope I ain't losing nobody on this. Is that there's a major difference between believing in something and knowing in something. But go ahead, man. Not to get too deep on everything, bro. What you got for me?
It's all good. I didn't get a chance to fully watch all of the preseason game, but from the little bit that I did see, me personally, I don't think it is time to panic by any means, but at the same time, I wasn't really excited about what I saw. Just other than that one little pick six by all of our favorite player, Andre Booth. I'm being sarcastic when I say.
I know.
I feel like when you were talking about yesterday. He unfortunately he's probably gonna make the team now because of that pick six. So, but it is what it is on that. But yeah, I just didn't really see much of anything that just like be like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. And and all the people out there that keep hyping up Joe Milton, and this is not me trying to beat up Joe Milton necessarily, because if I'll be something happens with Dak, I mean we're still gonna root for Joe Milton, of course, but at the same time, it's just I kind of like what you had spoke about the whole Dak fatigue thing. It is real, and I get it. 2 playoff wins, I get it. Some people gotta You know, they got a bug in there. You know what about Dak Prescott? But I'm just sorry, just like if something were to happen to Dak, I'm not really comfortable with Joe Milton. I mean, I just don't see. There's just not really anything so far that I see out of him that would lead me to believe that if Dak were to go down, okay, yeah, we'd be okay with Joe Milton. Now, you know, but I mean, with Dak, as long as Dak is healthy, I still believe that we're going to win at least 10 games for sure.
Right.
That's just me because since he's the quarterback, when he's healthy, we won at least 9-10 games.
Right.
You know, but you know, if they don't address the needs that are staring them in the face, like D tackle and cornerback, I feel we're just gonna be stuck in the same old, you know. And it's unfortunate that they don't address those needs because it's staring them right in the face. But they just kind of like what the things you have said in the past, like they sit on their hands and don't really try to do anything.
Because at this point, that's the old dog that's on the porch. You know, when the dog was youthful, he was just everywhere, barking at everything that moves. Now, what we say out here in the country, that dog don't hunt. That dog just sitting there. Now, you walk up on that dog, he might bite the hell out of you. But at the end of the day, he's sitting on the porch, man, just chilling. And that is where the mindset of Jerry Jones, right? That he's the old dog that don't hunt, that's sitting on the porch, and he's watching things. There's 3 type of people on this earth. People that go out there and make things happen, people that watches things happen, and people that say, man, what the hell just happened? Yeah. Them the only 3 people on this earth. And if you're not going out there and making something happen, then you're stagnant. You that dog that's on that porch. Now, unfortunately, we see teams that's hungry that's going out and making things happen. And I hate the fact that the Cowboys had drawn out this storyline for so long with even Micah Parsons as if everything is going to be fine and dandy. And that's not the case, because if I'm working on my craft day in and day out, right? Jordan Mailata is working on his craft day in and day out. He went on full reps head-to-head with Myles Garrett, right? Who's equivalent to a better Micah Parsons, right? So you mean to tell me that Micah Parsons been moping around, walking around, and I'm not beating him up for that, because I get it. Every player's a Ron Shazier hit away. Micah, as good as he is, he just can't roll up out of the bed and say, okay, week 1, I'm going to put on pads and helmets, and I'm going to whoop Jordan Mailata. It's not going to happen. But we as fans, we can believe it, right? But I know that it's not going to happen if he's not out there putting in work. So that's why I'm looking at this situation, whereas take care of business, not allow the negative rollover energy hit this team, and it's coming at this team at full force because we got a dog that don't want to hunt. He just sitting on the porch, and that's where we at.
Yeah, man, and you know, just real quick to that whole Micah Parsons thing. I mean, I don't know, this might be an unpopular opinion. I mean, I definitely give Jerry majority of the blame because he knew what he was doing when he sat down with Micah for that first time. He knew what he was doing, but I don't know, me personally, I just felt like Micah should have been he should have never sat down with Jerry without his agent involved. And I don't know, just my personal opinion. Micah seen how Dak was being done and how CeeDee Lamb was being done. I just feel like that whole calling him Uncle Jerry and all that kind of stuff, man. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I just think he's just trying to just like I get it. He likes Jerry, but I just feel like, man, he just was drawn too close to him. You know, I feel like he should have went about the same way Dak Prescott did, because me personally, I feel like Dak, he loves the team, he loves his teammates, but I feel like he don't fool with Jerry or Steven like that. Yeah. Which is why, like, you know, once he finally got paid, it's like you in my opinion, I feel like Dak had all the leverage, especially when that whole Trey Lance thing, the Trey Lance situation basically fell flat on its face. Because me personally, I feel like that was the only reason why they brought Trey Lance in, because it had Trey Lance, you know, lit it up in preseason, and that would have been their excuse to let Dak Prescott go into the season without a contract. So, you know, but I mean, but that's just my personal opinion on that. But I mean, I think we all know Micah is going to get paid. But yeah, me personally, I'm just not a fan of how Jerry went about this whole thing. It should not have came down to this. But that's just Jerry, you know.
Yeah.
Emmett of all people, Emmett, the all-time leading rusher, Super Bowl champ, he had to fight for his money. So if he was to do that, he did that to Emmett. I mean, it ain't surprising him doing that to all these other guys.
No doubt, man. But in closing, man, what else you have for me, man?
I appreciate you give me a chance to speak on your platform, and to people in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all for telling me happy birthday. Today's my birthday. I appreciate.
Oh
y'all.
man, happy birthday, man. Let me lock you in too, man. What's your name, man?
It's Dominique, but yeah, you can call me Pittman. It's all good.
Okay, hold on. Let me get you in here. Hold on tight for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Name. Man, happy birthday, man. I would sing to you, but I don't want to wake Luther up out of the grave, man. But I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, you don't put Luther to shame.
You don't want to do that.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Now you take it easy, Law. Thank you again.
Yes, indeed. Happy birthday to my guy, man. Dominique Pittman, man. DP in the building. Y'all right. Energy plug, man. Why you got me like that, man? Energy plug almost took me up out of here, bro. Damn, energy plug, man. You crazy, man. But it was something that I wanted to say with the whole Jerry Jones thing. And I hated it last year. I hated the fact that Jerry Jones went through the entirety of all the camp without paying the quarterback. And then waited like 5 minutes before kickoff, breaking news. The Cowboys signed the quarterback to an all-time highest paid blah, blah, blah contract. And if they continue to do this again, oh, my God, I just hate that portions of this ownership. And I have the right to hate because at the end of the day, I read somewhere in Ecclesiastics that it's the time. It literally says it's a time to hate. And at that time, I hated the fact because it appears that they tolerated the quarterback, Dak Prescott. They never celebrated or they never appreciated. And that's why they waited to the last minute because, you know, for those who have kids or for those who have loved ones, and especially for those who even have just a car that they love, right? The car that they like. You don't park your car outside and allow hailstorms and rains and all of this stuff, people walking around, putting their hands all over the car, right? You make sure you covet said car. You cover it. You make sure you put it in the garage. You make sure you wash it. You clean it out. And even if that car gave you problems, you fix those issues. Where the Cowboys don't do any of those things about the valuable things that they possess. They allow the car to get hit with hailstorms, people calling the car ass, people breaking this part and rough driving it that way and this way. And you can see the flow of things, just how people move. People say measure a man not by his words, but by his actions. But Jerry Jones, his action speaks louder than the words that he tried to spit out. And a third of the Cowboy Nation just don't see how this man moves, right? He don't care about the quarterback. He didn't care about the situation with CeeDee Lamb. And we're seeing the repeats of the same thing. He don't care about Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons' face is longer than Jay Leno's chin right now. And it's a continuancy of the same situation. I can see how folks do me laughing out loud at Dominique. But it is for what it is. Appreciate you, Dominique, man. Happy birthday, man. Y'all put happy birthday in the chat for my guy, Dominique Pittman. Boss Cowboy Sports says, great metaphor. Man, that's my guy, you know. In Boss Cowboy Sports, he's right on the same page. He was there with me when we got a chance to see a grown man who fathered Dak Prescott with tears in his face and eyes when he's talking to us. And I would never forget how he was expressing himself to us about his son, right? And said that they betted against my son. And for him, and that was the first contract, for them to continue to do the same contract the same way. And here's where it is, Cowboy Nation. Explain for clarifications what you mean, Bandit for life. Like he said, explain for clarifications. Give me what you mean. You know what I'm saying? Give me what you mean. Like explain for clarification. Mm-hmm.
Sully $5. The main reason this is all on Jerry is BCUZ. They told us in 2020 that they had to put money aside to pay Micah, and 4 years later, still no deal.
Exactly. Ooh, Sully did that real tight. You know, appreciate you, man. Yeah, they explains the pie, right? I got money I got to put to the side. I got money that I got to put to the side. I got money, you know, at the end of the day, people do what they want to do. Right? And if you really put money in escrow to put to the side, that means when it's time for you to pay, you pay it. You don't sit back and say, well, now that I got a surplus here, I don't pay it, right? I got money to the side that I put into escrow every single pay period. Why? Because at the end of the cycling, when it's time for me to pay my property taxes, I don't have to worry about it, right? Now, in Texas, they give you that option where you don't have to put money to the side. You can literally wait for that bill to come through, and it can be a crazy number because it's an adjustable rate number, right? And you can say to yourself, well, I manage my own money. So when it's time for me to pay said property tax, I would have it myself. But what happens when you're not disciplined enough to do such, right? But when it's time to pay, what you don't do is sit back and wait for late fees to come. You don't sit back and say, let's wait for rates to get higher, right? And we know this from a financial responsibility. These are financial principles that you're supposed to do. But when your owner gets up on national TV on the biggest of the brightest stage to say, hey, I do things for sizzle. I do things for the fame. That's why I always come out on this channel and I say that song, one thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Pac was telling the truth. There are people who's searching for fortune and fame. Fortune and fame don't help you win in this game, Cowboy Nation. Grit, the grind, being able to be humble enough to know that, hey, this team, they fighting for the common goal is to lift up that Lombardi trophy, not to get for clicks, not to do things that you're stretching out people's life. Don't you know that by being in this particular room with Micah Parsons, we played a full spade game. None of that stuff. I could have said, hey, let's go live right now. Let's put the family members all on camera. I didn't do that for the fame. The respect aspect of it is to keep some things to yourself, right? And not to showcase to the world, right? But also with that being said, if the Cowboys are really about using the money that they have left over, they make sure that they allocate it properly so that when it's time to pay said player, that they don't have to drag out and sully and causes someone else to have doubt in their mindset about a player on whether or not they truly wants to be here. Law, what are you saying? Well, with that being said, Cowboy Nation, whenever you have stresses in life, it elevates cortisol levels. Cortisol levels is basically like a hormone that stresses out on a micro level your blood flow, your rebuild of tissues. And it's not quite strange that when these players, it technically is quite strange, that have you ever noticed that when they go into this contract negotiation, now I'm talking on the fifth dimension stuff, right? Third eye opening all the way up for you guys. Have y'all noticed that they put these players through so much stress that 9 times out of 10, when they do get paid, their cortisol levels are still in their system. Even at a micro level, the negativity, we got trillions of cells in our body, but that negativity don't repair those small things, and that's why we've been having these soft tissue issues when guys do get paid, because the Joneses put them through so much stress, so much attention, that on our cells, they begin to question themselves, and they don't repair themselves. And that's when you see all of those issues with injuries. Every single player. Their vibrations are way, way down. Just like that. That these guys are not performing at an optimum level. They say energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. And that so is negative energy. So when we say these things, we begin to manifest these things, and now they become into full circle. And then we see that our guys are no longer healthy out there on the field. A pulled hamstring, a pulled calf muscle, a torn tendon. Most of these injuries been soft tissue issues because of the stress factor, the increase of melatonin. All of that stuff builds up in a person's body. And they think that money can resolve it all when they finally pay you. No, it don't work that way. It don't bang that way, Cowboy Nation. I got from the 206, you in the mix. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What up, Law? How you doing, brother?
I mean, I'm doing great.
Yeah, I listened to y'all conversation. You know, like I said with Parson, he should have never. It's cool to be cool with people, but when it comes with business, man, can't miss that pleasure with business.
Yeah.
And when he key, my boy, with Jerry, and Jerry is true businessman. He want everything cheap.
Yeah.
And then when he got with him and he did that handshake, you don't do the handshake.
Yeah.
You just say, no, Jerry, I ain't gonna do that. I'm cool, because I don't want to mess up our relationship.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just let you talk to my agent, and if it work out, ain't no feelings. Ain't nobody getting in feelings. I'm just gonna let you and him work it out.
Right.
And left it like that. And then if Jerry would have said, no, I want to work it out, Jerry, come on, man. Come on, Jerry. You know, if I shake your hand and I do this with you, then it's going to make me look bad. And then it's just going to mess the whole, then I'm going to be in my feelings like he's walking around now. And and right now, yeah, he going to be cool to get that contract, but the relationship ain't no more good no more.
Yeah,
that relationship is gone. I'm telling y'all. And he got your money, but now he know, man, I ain't doing no deal. And then I was thinking, if I was him, he said, Jerry on 3 years with him. If you don't want to be here, then you say, Jerry, you know what? I'm just going to play out my 3 years. You go tag me 3 years in a row. And then after that, I'm going to go to another team. I bet that scared the shit out of Jerry right then.
Yeah.
Jerry going to say, well, so yeah, man, I'm going to play. I'm going to give my dedication to my boys here and the player. And, I'm a man. I shook your hand, and I should have did it. And my agent said it wasn't a good deal. I was wrong, and you was wrong. We both was wrong.
Yeah.
So you can tag me every year, bro. I'm still going to be rich. And I'm going to play. I'm going to try to win the Super Bowl for the Cowboys. In that third year, in that final year, you can't tag me no more. I'm going to sign with the team I want to play with. And they're going to shut him up. That'll prove a point to Jerry Jones. And he's like, damn, I lost the player. And he built that mad, and Parsons getting sacks. And then we go in the Super Bowl because we got a good quarterback. Yeah. And then you get out of here. Now, if you want to stay, then you can stay, but if you don't, then you got to be taking personal. Because like you said, I'm going to tell everybody on here, if you be stressing about money or anything, man, the Most High didn't put you on here to get stressful. You're going to get afflicted anyway. We're going to get our butt whooping because our ancestors beside the blood contract. So we're going to get our butt whooped. So you just got to do it. Like, if I get a ticket, I got a ticket.
Yeah.
If something happened to me, I got we get our butt whooped, y'all. We just got to take it. You know what I'm saying? So if you like, I'm crying, I'm stressing, that's how you get sick. That's how you, like you said, Ron, that's how you get cancer. You worrying about this. And like I said, I'm a win, I'm a Cowboy for life. I ain't going to be getting on this thing complaining because ain't nobody paying me. Ain't no podcaster paying me. Right. I'm not paying a podcaster. So I'm just coming here to have fun. We can come on here to debate and make it fun. I'm having fun now. You guys ain't going to stress me out. I ain't going to listen to negative podcasters. That's your show. Have fun. I'm staying positive. I always think we can win. You know how we are, Lord. We can go 0-17. We'll be mad, but I'm still gonna be here, kicking it with my peoples, and I'm just gonna enjoy life. And Dak Prescott, Dak Prescott got weapons now. You the only thing you got to worry about is the left tackle. You got halfbacks. I'm not worried about halfbacks because that run game they're gonna average like 100 and something yards running.
Yeah, we had to see, man. It's just the fact. It's the defense.
Only thing I'm worried about, D-tackle, and I'm not trying to hate on Booth. Yeah. But Booth is not good, man. I'm telling y'all. If Booth get put out there in one of them games, that defense is because they won't be able to blitz. They gotta play. Man, you know what I'm saying, Lord?
Yeah, I feel exactly what you're saying, man.
So, but I'm a trip for the Cowboys, Lord. Everybody stop. Just have fun. We won 12. If Dak stay healthy, we going to the playoffs. The key for us is, like Law said, is the playoffs. I ain't worried about because they're gonna put up 20 to 30. It's that D tackle. Come on, Mazi. We cheering for you. But Mazi, I hate to say it, y'all. Mazi, he told me the first day he got here, he don't like playing football. He got his check. I think Mazi gonna play 5 years or 4 years, and Mazi gonna be out the NFL. And it is what it is. Now, like y'all say, we need that D tackle. Go get a D tackle somewhere. But there's a lot of teams that got D tackles that they can't hide, and we gonna get them. And before I leave, is your boy out for 30 days, Mingo?
I mean, that's typically what a PCL deal is.
Well, Mingo hurt for 30 days. Mingo made the team, y'all.
I mean, Mingo, at this point.
Mingo good. Mingo did good. I told y'all Mingo could play.
If anything, the Cowboys, since he's under contract, they're not going to waive him injured because that money will be guaranteed and they had to pay the injury settlement. So they're going to keep a hold on to him just for the simple strength of that, man. I appreciate you for calling in, though.
Yeah, and I love your show, man.
Thank you,
Everybody stay positive. It's the preseason. Like I said, the teams went 4-0, laughing, enjoying, and then they went 0-16, 1-15, 2. You know what I'm saying? The preseason ain't nothing. We're going to see when the regular season starts, and it's all about that slot and the D tackle for us on defense.
Yeah.
The offense going to do their thing. That's what we missing. Slot and D tackle.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man.
How about them Cowboys? Salute, Law Nation, y'all. Stay positive, man. Don't let this football stuff mess up y'all day, man. Come on. Wake up.
Wake up, man. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. Thank you. The thing is with the Mazi conversation. Allow the man a chance to fail. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think that he will be a solution. I don't think that he's the problem. He's been here for 2 years. This is going into his third season. I get the Mazi jokes. somebody can be yelling, well, what about AB and all of this stuff, man? You talk bad about AB and all of this. I get that. But we not looking at AB as a foreseeable starter here, right? And on top of that, he's definitely not even homegrown. And the growth aspect or the pattern for an interior defensive tackle takes time. And typically it takes, let me just see if I can bring AI Tisha into the building, right? And I'm going to ask her how long does it takes for an interior, we're going to interior defensive tackle, one tech, to become good in the NFL. That's what we're gonna be looking for. We're gonna look for that, right? We're gonna be asking that, and they're gonna give examples. I want examples. I want the bottom line, and we want everything before I let this other caller on, and we want to know. I get it, man. We look at other examples, and y'all got to add in the fact that those other examples may have came in with understanding of what to do with defensive tackles. I get it. People look at Vita Vea and be like, hey, he was good, right? He's good now. He wasn't good his second season. He was hurt, I believe. People look at Dexter Lawrence. He's good now. But the first 2-3 years, people wasn't even worried about Dexter Law until he got paid. He can hide in other locations, but you cannot hide in Dallas. Yeah. AI Tisha, how long does it take for defensive tackles, one tech, to turn the corner? And can you give us examples? Give us a timeline.
It usually takes a defensive tackle playing the one technique, nose inside shade of the center, a little longer to develop compared to other positions in the NFL.
Why?
Here's why and how long it typically takes. 1. Development timeline. Year 1, rookie season. Most one-tech DTs struggle with consistency. They're facing NFL-level double teams, stronger linemen, and faster-paced offenses. Production, stats like sacks, is usually low. The goal is holding ground and learning leverage.
Okay.
Year 2, you'll often see flashes of improvement. They start to process plays faster, anchor better against the run, and adjust to NFL speed. Still, most aren't dominant yet.
Okay.
Year 3, this is usually the make or break season. Many DTs hit their stride around this point.
Okay, so he's going into the year 3, so make or break, right? And the Cowboys got 5 years for not Micah Parsons, but for Mazi, because he's a first-round draft pick. You got 5th-year option and these sorts of things. But keep going, though. Keep going.
Better technique, improved strength, and understanding blocking schemes. By now, you can usually tell if a guy will be a solid starter, rotational piece, or bust. Year 4 to 5, the best one-techs truly master the position by this stage. Their technique, hand usage, and ability to eat double teams consistently show up. They may not fill the stat sheet, but coaches and teammates recognize their impact. 2, why it takes time.
Why is that?
Physical maturity. It's a trench position where even elite college players need to add NFL strength. Low stat visibility. Fans may think a DT is struggling, but their job is often to free up linebackers, not rack up sacks.
Okay.
Technique, heavy. Pad level, leverage, hand placement, and block recognition matter as much as raw power.
Example. Give me the
3
examples.
Examples.
Give me some examples.
Vita Vea, Bucks. Solid rookie year, but became a force by year 3.
Okay.
Linval Joseph, Giants Vikings. Took a few years before becoming one of the league's best run stuffers.
Okay.
Dexter Lawrence, Giants. Showed flashes early, but didn't break into all-pro form until year 4.
All right, are we in year 4? Are we in year 4, Mazi? And I'm not saying that he's Dexter Lawrence, man. And, shout out to the Laws. I don't think that he's going to ever have that quick twitch that big boy got, because he can get upfield. And that's just his body and the skill trait that he got. So I don't think that, unfortunately, that Mazi have that type of quick twitch.
Dontari Poe, Chiefs, struggled year 1, then made Pro Bowl by year 2 after refining technique. Bottom line, for a one-tech defensive tackle, it normally takes 2 to 3 seasons to become good and 4 to 5 to reach their peak. Patience is key because their role is less flashy but vital for a defense's success.
Hey, y'all hear that? So that's just for what it is right there. I got Reggie from the 843. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Evening, Law. How you doing?
Man,
Greetings from South Carolina, bro.
Shout out to you, man, from the South Carolina side, man. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, man. We just got to be realistic here. We all love and root for a team that values the entertainment factor more than the athletic factor.
Facts.
And we got an owner. He's thinking back in the 60s when he played high school and college football, and none of that is relevant now. But what is relevant, Jerry's a good businessman.
He is.
And mind you, this man, was a used car salesman. I mean, he's trying to sell all of us on a product that, it has a lot of sizzle, but it doesn't have the steak.
Yeah.
And we have great, fantastic players like C.D. Lamb. We got, now we got Pickens, but we got Michael Parsons, and that's the key to our defense. And you're playing with the man who's the key to your defense.
The key, I would understand it to a degree if we paid everybody and he was giving Osa this third degree, right? And I'm not beating up Osa. I think the world of him, good people, man, good person. But, you would think that it would be your ancillary pieces that you give a little hate to, not hate, but a hard time to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat up the kicker. If I wake up Wednesday morning and Aubrey is signed before Michael Parsons, I'd lose my mind.
Well, there may be a morning. There may be a morning that Deron Bland is going to get his contract next, and then we still waiting on Parsons.
That's true. That's possible. That's a possibility too.
Yeah, possibility.
But I'm just like I said earlier. We root for a team that they care more about the entertainment factor than real football. And then you got the teams. You're in the same division with Philadelphia, the world champs. That's where our focus should be every day. How to be better than Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Washington is better than us right now. We need to focus how to be better than them. If you don't mess around, here come the Giants.
Yeah.
Dart looks pretty good, and they got a real nice offensive, defensive front coming up.
Yeah.
So our focus needs to be on football, not trying to get clicks and sizzle. But trying to get on ESPN, trying to be on the A block of First Take and get up in the morning time. Stop focusing on that. These other teams don't focus on that.
Yeah, you're right on the money, man. It's difficult. Like, my number one goal is for the Cowboys to win, right? Every game. My passion is for the Cowboys to win. That's all I want us to do is win, right? But the Cowboys' goal is to win the marketing parts of it, right? Is to win the highest visible attention-seeking type of situation. And we all in life been down that road, whereas we seen a very pretty thing, right? We seen a pretty lady, and she looked good or what have you. But if she's an attention seeker, you really kind of like dulls it a little bit, because that she would do anything for attention. She'd do anything to get their head turns, right? And nobody loves that. So that's who we are. We are literally the Kim Kardashians, or the Kardashians of the football, is what Jerry Jones said. And when you think of it, you can't think of one talent that the Kardashians have outside of just not one talent. And when you think of it, you can't think of one talent that Jerry Jones exhibits, nor Stephen Jones exhibits. The team got talent, but what are they crafty with, right? Outside of grabbing the attention, stressing out these players, stretching out these contracts, and bringing more dollar and revenue to the team. No real substance as it relates to breaking down film, looking at tape, bringing in the right people to make sure that they get the job done with them moving out the way. So we are forced to be in this purgatory as Cowboy fans at this point, and it's terrible. It's terrible.
It is, and you see in that movie Groundhog Day.
Facts.
It's pretty much every season, the last 10 seasons, 12 seasons, it's been like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's preseason promise. It's, offensive, production offensively.
Right.
But defensively, it's the same issue.
Yeah.
Over and over again. We haven't been able to stop the run for 6 seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a problem we've seen for the last 6 seasons, and we've done nothing about it. What football team? What any athletic team? If you have a persistent problem for 6 years and you don't solve it,
yeah,
that's you not taking football seriously.
Mm-hmm. It's not. So it's crazy, man. I appreciate you calling in, Reggie. Thank you,
All right,
man.
brother.
Appreciate you for calling in.
All
It's a
right.
good call from
Cowboys for life, man.
Cowboys for life. Yeah, and he spit some good stuff. It spit some good stuff. And the craziest thing of it all, we still got the head start. We still out in front. For 30 years, 30 seasons, that gap of us operating and handling things, the way we've been operating and handling things, we still ahead. I see a few Eagle fans saying some things or what have you, but you guys are still at the bottom of the division. You haven't passed Washington. And you for sure haven't passed the Giants, right? And that's why y'all got stomach muscles on your neck for looking up. So at the end of the day, yes, we understand our problems, our issue. When your team is focusing on winning and getting in and bringing in such a weapon piece for your organization, franchise, paying you guys early, your results aren't that good. Now, granted, y'all coming off of a Super Bowl, I don't have a lot of wiggle room to defend my team because at the end of the day, the way I see it, I was a fan of this team before Jerry bought the team. So regardless, even if Trump was to have to bought this team or what have you, had bought this team before Jerry, I'd have still been a Cowboys fan, right? But at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, we understand our problems. We know our reasonings, right? But what the hell are the Eagles' reasons of not catching up in the last 30 years? You know what I'm saying? What's their reason? That neck stretched out, like a baby bird. They got stomach muscles on their neck. You know what I'm saying? All their views are from here is looking up to the balls and the shaft. That's all they do. That's all they see. That's why they, caw-caw, caw-caw. That's all they do. That's all they see. We still on top. Don't get it wrong. Y'all getting teabagged regardless of the situation. Y'all looking up. Y'all not even shoulder to shoulders with the Washington yet, and you're still looking up to the Giants. We the final boss. So yeah, they got calluses on them knees. Now they don't need to pass anymore. That's why they here seeking validation. And validation is only good for parking. All right, I'm gonna do this. I got 2 more callers.
The conference has been locked.
It'll be D Shift and 100 grand. We're gonna close it out with. All right, so 409 for your mind. What you got for me?
Hey, what's the deal, Law?
Not much, bro.
Hey, man. Nah, bro, it's just not making sense to me, man. First and foremost, man, with the quarterback, how you gonna evaluate a quarterback making them throw as much as they making Milton throw? Like, I didn't really get to watch the games, bro. Like, 'cause, I'm trying to scramble and find the games, and they ain't like really televising them. But by the first quarter, the way I'm seeing y'all covering it, it's like, man, I don't even need to look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's everything that is intrigue for us into what we want to look at and to how we trying to see, they're not doing it. So, like, Shotty's whole thing, like, I think it was West Coast, man. He was talking on some, like, I got to see it. Like, I got to agree with him, bro. I ain't bought into Shotty yet, bro. I'm sorry. Like it's gonna take more than all this wordplay. Like that Jesse Holly interview. I don't know. Like why it impressed some people, but there was other people that was like, nah, this some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because dog, I mean, you sitting there talking about he can sit up there and talk and sound good, but like at the end of the day, like you reminded me of Jerry Jones, bro. And the way you just sitting up there talking and talking about how we evaluate. Again, like if you let Drew Brees himself throw 60 times or 50 times, he's gonna look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like there's stats that show like seasoned quarterback like Dak, if he throws too much and if he don't have a running game, what the win-loss record looks like with and without. You know what I'm saying? So how could you possibly take a rookie quarterback who's still trying to develop his mechanics, design a game plan that's not even conducive to like any it's not productive for any quarterback.
But let me just say this though. What Schottenheimer did prove to the front office is that Joe Milton is not him. Because before this preseason game, Jerry Jones was stating that, man, he was thanking God, Allah, and Yahweh that he was able to get Joe Milton for a 4th round draft pick, right? So his belief in Joe Milton was extremely high because he spoke so glowingly of Joe Milton. Now, if Jerry Jones still turn back and speak glowingly of him now, then we know for sure the engine is running and no one is behind the wheel. So they got a chance to see Joe Milton sling it all over the field, and that was a play by Jerry Jones, in my opinion, because think about it. It's a home game. He want to light up the scoreboard. He want to showcase to everyone that he's right. And the reality of it, Joe Milton got out there and became an egg, right? He didn't put up a great performance nor any tangible things to sit back and say, yeah, he can play in the National Football League, so it backfired on the Joneses. And I think that that's who ultimately wanted to see the Cowboys sling the ball all over the field was Jerry Jones and company, not Shotty. And Shotty, at this point, is going through the yes, sir, no, sir type of thing. That's what we see.
Sure, man. I guess that's the biggest thing because I don't believe Shotty can be nothing but a yes man. You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, as good as it sounds, and all the coaches talk, like ain't nobody coming in there and not being no yes man. That's the first qualification.
That's what we all been saying for 30 years. That's what we've been saying for 30 years and 30 seasons. That Jerry Jones don't want ultimately somebody to go against him, you know. And when they I hate to beat the Cowboys up, but I am.
Beat them up.
When they say the processing of them showing all of those old clips in the Deep Blue series with the Cowboys, Great Wall 2.0. No, I'm talking about not the 90s. I'm talking about them talking about the Great Wall 2.0. That's more, and I'm not beating them up, but I am. That's more of us reliving failed memories. Because if you had Travis Frederick, you had Zach Martin, you had Tyron Smith, what was great about that wall if you haven't won anything, right? So, that's the disappointing wall of Dallas. Keep in mind, Murray was here for many of moons. And the one season that he get OPY, Offensive Player of the Year, with 1,800 yards, they don't bring him back. They let him go, you know. So, and they bring in a guy that was still in draws in Cologne, right? The year that we had Desmond Bryant with 16 to 17 touchdowns, right? Having his best year. Tony Romo had his best season in 2014. For them not to bring that back in 2015 is a sign that the Cowboys front office is not well put together because they had no reason to stress out. Remember what I said earlier. The cortisone levels was built up on my guy, Dez Bryant. He had to sit out and fight for that money in 2015, coming off of a year out of 14. So it's crazy he had to do all of that, and that's how his foot got hurt. I guarantee you. He had to fight for his money.
Yeah, nah. I'm saying, like, even like I was saying, going back to Milton, bro, like, again, like, if you got a quarterback like that, You truly don't know what you like. You know you're supposed to incorporate the run game with a quarterback like that. If you're gonna have a quarterback like that, if this man got this, if he got 100 rating on throwing power, but he's a backup quarterback, obviously the most important thing as far as accuracy and reading and coverage, them probably in like the 50s, the 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So this man, that's not his strength. And you didn't play to his strength. Jay Jones ain't try to play to his strength.
Right.
Like you knew him coming out throwing like that. He's not gonna look like.
He's not gonna look. He's not gonna look any good. He's definitely not gonna look any good.
He's a backup quarterback. Nobody expecting him to be him, and versus focusing on that. You should have been trying to like get a preview of what your run game gonna look like.
Yeah.
Get your offensive lineman, but then in your offensive line, you don't get to evaluate your offensive line because what they doing.
Yeah, I feel you, man, across the board this year.
Pass coverage all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and just to be fair to everyone, us telling the truth is not being negative. I promise y'all, I'm one of the most positive people you can ever meet in your life. But what I'm saying is, what y'all want to say is that when I see Deuce Vaughn, y'all want me to say, man, Deuce Vaughn is just as tall as Shaq. No, he's short. He's small. So I can't. And me saying that he's small is not me saying that it's negative. That's just the reality of it. The reality of it is that Deuce Vaughn is a smaller running back. He's not Shaq, right? So when we talking about these things, it's not to say that we're being negative about the Cowboys, but this is just me laying out the facts about what they're doing. You can't be a successful team when your owner is out here saying that I do things for sizzle. I do things for the fame. I do things for show. Those are things that we are trying to tell you guys, that his focal point is not about wins. His focal point is not about improving his team when you got your star-studded player waiting to the last hour to get the deal done, and then you talking about that said player, right? And they say, okay, you got a third of the fan base saying that his agent is greedy. You got another third of the you got other pieces of the fan base saying that basically he's a one-trick pony, right? These guys are human beings. They listen to this stuff. So when Parsons said, my desire is to no longer play for the Dallas Cowboys, those are truths. Those are not lies, right? Because what would be his incentives for all of these years to play up to par and you get treated this way? No other team would do this to their star-studded player. It's one thing, D-Shift, to talk about, hey, man, we may not pay this guy now, but it's another thing to go out there into the four corners of the world to say, hey, we're not paying this guy. You see what I'm saying? It's two different things. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nah, they doing a horrible job. It's long been documented, bro. And that's what the positive people don't understand, bro, is that we already catching the waves. We already see the trajectory and the projectile which this is going, bro. Like, and then we're gonna sit up there and we might blow out like a Carolina by like 30, and then there come the positive people. Oh yeah, y'all don't jump on the bandwagon now. Y'all was all negative in the preseason. I tried to tell y'all. Well, if you always being positive, bro, you gonna get something correct. If you're gonna sit up here and believe every player is gonna be a breakout, somebody gonna break out like a Mingo for you to come back and be like, yeah, I told y'all Mingo was good, but y'all was being negative.
And that's the angle. The need to be right can also be on the other side of it, right? Like people. I think that a lot of people, they dog out the quarterback because they want to be proven that he's sucking. You know what I'm saying? He sucks. He can't win the big game. They want to prove the fact that he is that. But what I'm saying is, okay, even if, and this is what a lot of people don't understand when I say this. Okay, even if Dak Prescott is trash, even if he do suck, right? More than Superhead. If he's on his knees and he's sucking, he's terrible and he's not good, then how do you win with him then? You see what I'm saying? What is his traits when he is winning? And when you do your research, when you look at everything totally, Dak Prescott wins when you have a run game, right? When he's able to do the things off of play action. We know for sure he can throw the ball. We know for sure he can win you games in this way. But why go against it And that's why it's been such a crazy thing being a Cowboy fan, because the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder networks have brainwashed a lot of fans to say, well, what can Dak Prescott do without run game? What can he do without offensive line? What can he do without a Dez Bryant, right? No other, like, when Burrow got here, they was like, man, can you imagine if you add more weapons to him? You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever told anybody, man, I wonder what Joe Burrows would look like without Jamar Chase. I wonder what Joe Burrows looked like without T. Higgins, without a run game, without stout defense, without this and that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody does that, but the Cowboy fans do, and the 3-ladder and the 4-ladder networks do. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Joe Burrows with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase with run game, his ass still can't make it to the postseason, right? But nobody brings that up. I digress.
Yeah, man. Also, man, hopefully we can get one of them. I was listening. One of the links I found was the Ravens was doing it.
Right.
And they was talking about how that running back room is like loaded, and that Ali dude was like the 4th running back. So man,
yeah,
I feel confident that we can maybe find some running backs as the cuts go on.
Yeah.
But we still missing the most important pieces, man, when it comes to just our defense, bro.
Yeah.
We still don't have a championship defense. No matter how we twist, turn it, pull it, slide it, shed it. We can sit up here and talk about Pickens and CD Lamb so we blue in the face, bro. We don't have a championship defense. I don't care how solid we think Sanborn's going to be and his familiarity with Eberflus. We don't have a championship defense.
Well, we just hope that the defense can hit us by the element of surprise down the stretch. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, hoping and wishing, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Right. No doubt. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, Ice Cold Cowboy said Joe looked good at LSU, right? Yeah, he had. Look at the weapons he had. He had Jamar Chase. I'm not taking away. I think Joe is a damn good quarterback, by the way. But he had Jamar Chase. He had Jay Jettas. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to look good. You can't name me any of the players when this quarterback here with wearing 4, you can't name me one wide receiver he had at Mississippi State that made it to the pros. You can't name me the tight end. You can't name me the running back. But you can go through the list of LSU players who Joe Burrows played with. And granted, Joe Burrows, by the letter of all of the people that say he's better quarterback, right? And he, by far, can probably be the best thing since sliced bread. But what I'm getting at is that all quarterbacks need weapons. All quarterbacks need help. Everybody need something to help push them by. But the Cowboys, shoot. We don't want a team, man. We don't need CD, man. We can just win it with Noah Brown and them, man. We don't need a run game. We can win it by averaging 2 yards per run. It's crazy. But that's where we at. That's where we at in life. But last but not least, man, I got my guy, my brother from another mother, no other. Don't look like Danny Glover, but keep it cool with us, man. From the 201, 100 grand, man. What's good? What you got for me, man?
Jalen Hurts, when he first got into the league, what did the Eagles do? They added to the defense.
Yeah.
They added to the offense. They continued to do that.
Yeah.
Now when you talk to an Eagles fan, oh, Jalen Hurts is great. Jalen Hurts is great. So what? He got everybody around him. All he is a winner.
Yeah.
There is no take away this and take away that. No. They say all he is a winner. All he is a winner. None of that matters. Your defense is stacked. Your offense is stacked.
Yeah.
There is no take away nothing. There is no let's see if Jalen Hurts can do without. If Jalen Hurts can move the ball, but he don't got no running game. All right, let's give him running game. Let's give him this and that. There are conditions with Jalen Hurts the opposite of how we are conditioned with Dak.
Hold on. Let me do this then, since I got you on live right quick. Let me do this, watch it.
It's time to make it official.
I'm going to try to find all
affordable programs
of these little videos. Hold on. Here.
Jalen Hurts, dude. Jalen Hurts, Howie.
This is how they was acting.
Are you serious?
This is how they were acting, Cowboys.
Denzel Mims is on the clock. Christian Fulton is on the clock. And we're going to spend a second-round pick on a quarterback? As he buys time out of the pocket, I'm fascinated by
This is how they was acting, dog. You know, let me see if I can find another video. Hold on. Here.
What? What the f? A quarterback? What the f? We have a quarterback. We don't need a quarterback in the second round. What the f is wrong with this guy? He's a imbecile.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all hear
What
that?
is this guy thinking?
This Eagle
He's got
fans.
problems in the head.
They delete all these videos.
Am I missing something here? You take a quarterback in the 5th or 6th round, you Howie better be fired tomorrow. This is ridiculous. You take fucking receiver fucking 21 when you had Jefferson there, and now you fucking
Yeah. So that's how they were acting, fam. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they were acting when they drafted him.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
all they did was add to until he was able to win.
Yeah.
And not just with the offense, with the defense.
Yeah.
With Dak Prescott, what the Cowboys did was take away.
They took away.
We had a good defense. We had a good defense. Offense wasn't straight. We had a good offense. Defense wasn't straight. Dak Prescott, why can't you carry us? Dak Prescott, what's the problem? Dak Prescott got the wide receivers, no running game. Got the running game, only got one wide receiver. Don't got a tight end. Come on, man. Defense is good. Don't got no linebackers. Come on, man. But y'all forget about that.
Yeah.
Boof out there giving up 80-yard bombs. Dak Prescott's supposed to overcome that. When Jalen Hurts, all he got to do is hand the ball off and throw the ball 14 to 18 times a game and only get 120 yards, 150 yards a game. And Jalen Hurts is better than Dak, and he's the best thing since sliced bread. And all he does is win.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And ain't nobody saying, oh man, I want all Eagle fans is saying is I keep Jalen Hurts. I want Jalen Hurts. I want Jalen Hurts to be the bus driver. Jalen Hurts is the best bus driver in the world. But we can't do that with Dak because we ain't got the talent. We ain't got the talent. And if he was a bus driver, Cowboy Nation would be like, all he is a bus driver, man. Team carrying Dak. I need to see Dak without this, Dak without that. The Eagles ain't saying that about Jalen Hurts. All they say is Jalen Hurts is a winner.
Yeah.
That's all they say. But Cowboy Nation can't say that about Dak because if Dak had that type of team, he'd be in carry. Any other quarterback can do that. Is the Eagles saying that about Jalen Hurts? No. Absolutely. You try to put another quarterback in there, man, nah, Jalen Hurts is better. Jalen Hurts is better. You could put Pat Mahomes right there. I don't know if Pat Mahomes would do it. Jalen Hurts is better. Jalen Hurts can do it. Yeah. Jalen Hurts got the moxie. Jalen Hurts, he don't care about stats. All he care about is winning.
Yeah.
When he got the whole team. But Cowboy fans, man, Dak need to do it all by himself. Dak, man, come on, man, what's going on? And another thing with this preseason thing, Law, the Giants are going crazy right now. Law, you can't shut the Giants up right now. They think they going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Based off the preseason. Law, you know I live here in New York. They are wilding right now. You would have thought they 2-0 in the regular season the way they're acting right now. Talking about the play calling, talking about how their quarterback could how he making adjustments at the snap and he changing the plays, talking about how he running the ball and he's doing play action and talking about how the defense is pressing and the defense is all this and that. They are showing what they gonna be like in the regular season. Where we're vanilla, we ain't showing nothing. So would you rather show everything like the Giants are doing and win 2 preseason games, or be vanilla and lose 2 preseason games?
Well,
what
here's
team would
the
you
difference.
rather be?
Here's the difference with the Giants, though. They are trying to build the morale up because they were bottom of the division, right? And by them winning these preseason games, that's their Super Bowl at this point. And they are happy about that because they needed some type of spark. Keep in mind, they haven't been relevant since Eli was there, you know. So that's a long time. And keep in mind,
they haven't been relevant since Dak stepped on the scene. Let's go. Since Dak stepped on the scene, they've been last place in the division since Dak stepped on the scene in 2016. But
So that's why they can take what they can get right now. So I'm not finna beat them up for that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna show anything and everything to get things moving over there. That's why they are like that. You know, but. Put it like this, though. Even though they are winning preseason games, they would not have the front office continuing to talk about SB, Super Bowl, Super Plate. Because if the roles were reversed right now and we 2-0, and if it was Joe Milton doing all of that because we don't play our starters, right, that there will be this kind of trash going on with the Cowboys fans and front office saying, hey, Joe is the answer, you know what I'm saying? It'd be the inverse. It'd be negative energy throughout the entirety of the season. Keep going.
Let me tell you this right now. They've been playing so good. They said Russell Wilson got a short leash. Man, I'm telling you.
He always.
They said Russell Wilson got a short leash, and that quarterback that they drafted will start over Jameis Law. They talking about cutting Jameis Winston.
I know. And guess who talked?
Guess
who wrote an article that I read this morning that the Cowboys is number one position for the pickup Jameis Wilson.
I'll pick him up in a heartbeat. I'll pick up Jameis in a heartbeat.
According to Mike Fisher, Jameson is coming to Dallas.
Look, Law. If they,
you must be out your goddamn mind.
Lord,
hey, we like the attention, baby.
I'll take him because he got touch. He can run, and he ain't never played with a caliber of CeeDee Lamb and Pickens.
But you know
he
who
won't be throwing picks against it. I'll take him.
You know what? We might take Sierra husband. You know, they got good information that, you know,
they're not going to cut him, though.
It's the Giants, though. I would take Russell. He knows Shotty. Yeah. Sierra husband. Boy, we have a good time over here in these Cowboys games. 1-2 step, you know, come on with it. Yeah. They gonna fool around, cut Russell and them. Watch.
Lord, they are talking about that rookie, man, the next coming to Eli and all this and that. I'm like, dog, it's the preseason game. Y'all talking like that rookie did something in the
leave my QB1 alone, man. Jackson Dart, my Mississippi boy, man. I like Jackson Dart, man. I can't wait to bust these people across their head, man, when we get on the Super Friends show, man. I can't wait to talk about them boys, man.
Hey, man, be prepared for Mad Dog to come in there with his chest out and big old bump, because, Lord, you can't shut them up. You would have thought they 2-0 in the regular season.
Bro, I had to live through the fact on the Super Friends show that Mad Dog said that Eli Manning is better than Troy Aikman. So, look, and he said Tiki Barber, right hand to the man. He said Tiki Barber is better than Emmitt Smith. So that's Giants fans, man. Look, I can't wait, man. Come on with it.
But one thing about the Giants, though, they don't have no corners.
Oh, no, it's going to be
That's what they're talking about. And that's what they're talking about. They don't have no corners. They are relying. They talk so highly about this pass rush law. It's great. They said, listen, that pass rush they got, if it don't work, they in trouble.
But you know what?
They in trouble.
You know what, $100 grand? If we got like the rules, like we can go to the football guys and just turn injuries off, right? Since we are such a top-heavy team, if we can stay healthy, I'm going to say this, though. Nobody in our division got cornerbacks that can stop Pickens and Lamb. If you really think about it, like who we scared at even on the Eagles week 1? Odor Jackson, Quinyon Mitchell, they got no corners.
They ain't got corners.
Washington got no corners. Giants got no corners.
Got no corners.
Yeah.
Washington bugging about their corners too. Washington like, damn, we ain't got no corners either.
Yeah. That's what I'm waiting for. It's gonna be a real shootout.
The thing about Washington, Law, they don't have a number 2 wide receiver. They sit here saying, yeah, we got old boy, but he ain't no number 2 wide receiver. They are begging for Terry to come back. Because if he don't, they in trouble, Law. They are begging for Terry to come back. And old boy ain't a number 2 wide receiver. He's not. He gonna be a slot guy. He's not the number 2 wide receiver. So they panicking over there. They panicking over there. I'm not worried about. Listen, nobody got the corners to match up against our guys. And if the tight end is on point, what are you gonna do? You can't stop us. Even with Mingo. Now that Amari Cooper out there, I would love, but he retired. But that would have been crazy if we would have got Amari Cooper to be number 3.
Hey, wishful thinking, man.
Forget the running game. Forget the running game at that point. But but if Mingo could show up, Lord, which he has the capability to do, that if he keep catching the ball like he caught the ball in that preseason game yesterday. But is he hurt? I heard
he had a PCL thing.
He was hurt. So he out for the season, right?
No, it's about 30 days, man, with a PCL. You gotta let that heal, you know.
So they were saying, yo, Mingo out for the season. I said,
unless they found something else on that MRI. I haven't heard anything about that though, you know. So I get more details. If y'all do see any of that, y'all just let me know in the chat. But
I heard that last night though, but it wasn't confirmed though. But somebody said that in one of the chats on somebody that I was watching.
Yeah, it's PCL. It's a PCL.
Okay,
injury,
so he good. He gonna miss the first. He gonna miss the game against the Eagles, but you know,
I mean, if he's an ancillary piece, if we depended on Mingo to win us game, we
I'm
trouble.
saying we don't need Mingo. He'll be straight. Sit him down. You know what I mean? We don't need him against. It'd have been good to have him, but we don't need him against the Eagles. We should be straight about that. But
no doubt,
man. Listen, I'm not worried about it, man. I want to see. Week 1 is when we gonna see the fireworks, man, because they vanilla. They don't want to show nothing. They're not showing anything. They're not saying, okay, why would you show Joe Milton run the ball? Show Milton do the read option. Show Milton do. Don't you think Dak is gonna do some of them same things too? So why would you have Joe Milton doing that? And they're like, all right, Joe Milton did this. Dak could do this. Dak could do that. They're going to think like that.
The thing is, before we go, man, the thing is that in these first 2 preseason games, I haven't seen not one thing that correlates to whatever Joe Milton thought that he was doing that was on the same page of Dak Prescott. I haven't seen not one thing. Like sometimes you see a quarterback and you say, oh, I see some similarity. I see some things that they do the same. I haven't seen not one thing that they do similar, right? It's like 2 different teams when them 2 boys are out there. And I think that what we're going to see is something different week 1 that we okay. I just want to know, my biggest reservation would be on our edges with our offensive tackles. Can they sustain and hold up? I have good faith in Cooper Beebe. I have extreme faith in Tyler Smith, and to a degree, based off of what this guy was able to do, Tyler Booker in college, I have a slight chance that this guy gonna be okay. But my biggest reservations will be on the edges, our left tackle and our right tackle. That's my only reservation.
But we both know that Dak Prescott is great when it comes to people who blitz off the edge because he can see it.
That's the only thing.
Is up the middle. His problem is up the middle. But the edges, Dak Prescott good. I'm not worried. He could beat that every time. It's up the middle that gives Dak Prescott a problem. But the edges he finds, so he can handle that. Yeah. So that's a point in our favor. He can handle those guys on the edges. It's the up the middle that's the problem. So, and the fact that Cowboys got this quick game going on, if you could get the ball out in like 2 seconds, it don't matter. You're not going to get to him.
Yeah.
That's why up the middle is so important. You can't do those quick passes when you got guys attacking you up the middle. But if up the middle's good, you get those quick passes just like that. And you got CD Lamb and you got Pickens and you moving them around and you can't double team the both of them. That's open all day, even with the tight end. So that's going to supplement the running game as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, and they don't want to show that. They don't want to show that. I think that's going to be a lot of their game, especially early on. A lot of these quick passes, 10 yards, 12 yards. Y'all going to be saying, oh, they can dunk Dak. They can dunk Dak. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to, you know. I think they're going to keep doing that. They're going to keep doing that and suck the linebacker. Pause. Suck these dudes. Swallow.
Yeah.
Suck them up, and then when they come up, there you go, Dak with the long pass. Because Dak could throw the ball a good 50, 60 yards too.
Oh yeah.
Now you know he could throw the ball a good 50, 60 yards too. People sleep on that.
Yeah.
They sleep on that like he can't do it, but he can do it. If you watch the warm-ups yesterday, he threw a 60-yard pass to CD. He was standing on the star and dropped it right in the bucket.
No doubt, man.
So everybody talk about moonball Russell Wilson. Man, they are moonball Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson threw the ball 60 yards. Oh man, he great. Dak Prescott can do that too.
Yeah.
And you got two dudes that can. Come on, man. I'm just ready for week 1, man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate for calling in, Chief, man. Good call from my guy, 100 grand with the plan. Cowboy Nation.
Goodbye.
This was a great show altogether, man. Just like I said, my biggest takeaways of this game, heading into now preseason 3, Andre Booth. But we did see some good things with Tyler Booker. We did see some good things with James Houston, as well as the best thing that we did take away from these first 2 preseason games was the simple fact that nobody, and I mean just that nobody, will be sitting here saying that Joe Milton is better than Dak and Dak Prescott need to be looking for a realtor. No, we dismiss all of that, ladies and gentlemen. And those are things that I really love because at the end of the day, so many people was going around that notion. Let me beat him up a little bit more. Let me beat him up a little bit more. Yeah, Cowboy Nation. Well, yeah.
Listen, Dak Prescott has a postseason like he's always had. Want that next year, right? Dak, find a realtor. Because Joe Milton got talent, he can play. And I'll say this, y'all laugh and all that. I've seen other quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and they move on from it. Right?
We've seen it happen.
Okay, so.
We've seen it happen. Hey, that's breaking news for the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, when...
Yeah. Y'all heard that, right?
The last couple of years is the most down bad I've seen Cowboy fans in terms of, like, this is a preseason game. That doesn't matter most years.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's a Cowboy game.
Correct.
Just my circle of close friends. A lot of them I was doing things with before we came here, and they had to let me off the boat. We were at the lake because I had to come to work.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. We're just gonna go back out." And I'm like, "That's a Cowboy game."
Right.
But I do think that that's happening to people.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to happen because I talk about them for a living. So stay here. Thanks. Hit the like button. But and I don't know. Maybe it could be enough at some point to make that guy come back. But I don't know. I think maybe at the age of 82, when you have now a team that was just released again, you're worth $12-point-something billion. You're comfortable. Your family works with you. Your friends work with you. Good. That person might just be gone.
Right.
and you hit it on the head. I think the organization has become complacent. I think the organization doesn't have that drive. It doesn't have that leader at the top, and Jerry driving them to say, hey, we need to do this. Like you said, they become too comfortable, and sometimes comfortability can lead to bad things happening to your organization, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't want any change, and that's where they are. I mean, Jerry has to give up and relinquish some of his duties, or all of his duties for that matter, and say, hey, we have to get the Dallas Cowboys back to where they once were. No one fears us at all. There's no teams coming in here and like, oh, we got to play the Dallas Cowboys. For the last couple of years, they've been the laughing stock of the league. You know, every time you turn on some of the shows, they're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. That's good and all, and it is good because you already mentioned it, because it's made the star the biggest thing in sports, and everybody knows about him, talking good or bad. So at the end of the day, I think he's doing.
The area and the element of the unknown is always the greatest resources to it all, Cowboy Nation. Yes, AI, Tisha, can you wish Dominique a happy birthday, say something special to him and all of this good stuff? Yeah. Before we get on up out of here, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy birthday, Dominique Pittman. Wishing you a day filled with love, joy, and all the blessings you deserve. May this year bring you nothing but happiness, success, and great memories. Celebrate big. It's your special day.
All
Yay.
Right. That's enough now. Silence. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides, right? Thank everybody for tuning in to this particular show. Bookmark that portion that the Cowboys are the laughing stock in the National Football League. The element of the unknown, the unforeseeable thing. Granted, what we discovered today is knowing is stronger than believing. When you know something, you understand it. There's no shout of a doubt. But when you believe in something, you can't see it, you can't touch it. You technically got to have faith by it. But when you know something, you understand it intimately. You know where it's going. You understand what it's capable of. When you see a shark with those razor sharp teeth, you don't have to believe that it will chop your arm clean off. You know it's gonna get you and tear your arm clean off. And the Cowboys, we gotta walk into this game week 1 knowing that we're gonna win, knowing that we got to be physical, knowing that we got to be on the same page as it relates to our wide receivers, the quarterback. We can't walk in there believing. Jerry Jones, I know that he don't love this team. I know that he don't put this team first as it relates to winning their Super Bowl. So we have to win in spite of the front office. I believe that he say things with great intentions, but to listen to my grandmother, may she rest in peace, that there are people in hell with great intentions. See, his intentions may be great, but he gotta know what it takes to win. And unfortunately, Denzel Washington pointed that out. And crazily, moments after Jerry Jones spilled the tea, But know this one thing about Law Nation here. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or lied about, don't deal in lies or hate it, and yet give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, treat those two imposters just the same. And this is most important. If you can bear to hear the truth, you spoken, twisted by knaves, to make a trap for fools, to watch the things you gave your whole life for, broken and stooped and build back up again with worn out tools. That's where we at, Cowboy Nation. We a team that's been broken and stooped and built back up again with Jerry Jones' worn out tools, bottles of lies, bottles of taking a brand that he done stole and remixed and packaged it together as his own. And now the Rooster is coming home. Now it is a situation that the realities, the lies, has now been revealed. The veil is open. And the truth takes its time to get out of the bed, to knock on the doorstep and say, hey, we're here to collect what's ours. As this statement states right here, trust is like glass. Once broken, it would never be the same. So all we got to do now is just keep our head and hope and believe. And we already know the outcome, unfortunately. But we are here standing 10 toes down with our mindset not faltered. Our mindset is not weary, even though it's been 30 years, 30 seasons. It is still a blessing for us to stand in the gap and be 10 toes down and not be like those fickle fans that blow with the wind and go here and there to other teams. But if you're not built for that moment, there's always a door for you to check out. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, oh just simply, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish of fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty G-O-D, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best, the longest outro in the land.
Time to run it off.
If we offended anyone today, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Come on.
No drip this. Tell them run it off.
Yeah.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch.
Tell them run it off. I wake up.
Come on.
Thumb down now. Check. No drip this.
Shout out to my guy, Balls Cowboys Sports. Shout out to Smoke One for you. DP in the building. Appreciate you. Energy Plug. Come on.
Through my hands, I'm by my lonely.
All right.
turn to a
Shout out to you,
savage. Now
Paul.
my baby wants to hold me.
Oak Cliff
I love my
Rockefeller.
fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
Yeah.
Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried
Sean,
to zone me. I'm number
appreciate
one
you.
up on that court. I'm
Stephen White, let's get it.
the first one in, the last one out, can't call me late.
Come on.
Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, Cowboy, let's get it.
I wake up,
Law,
I'm down that,
Brandy,
drip it,
Energy,
run it up.
plug it.
No sleep, no
Come
rest.
on.
Might crash, might wreck, but first I
stretch.
Run it up.
Come on.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that.
Come on.
No drip this, time to run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I
Subscribe to the nation.
Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe.
Come on.
I call up Niger, he'll come through in a hurry.
Let's get it.
Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. This with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought
Y'all
my
to snip Eric.
I made a
Salute to
promise
Eric, man.
swear
Thank
that
him
I
for
would
supporting.
change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
All right.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that. No drip, yes. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Night crash, might wreck.
Shout out to you, Sully.
Run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down that. No drip, yes. Tell them run it up.
Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I tell them run it up.
And they understand the call.
Yeah. 5, 4. Smoke one for you. Appreciate you. Yeah.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out.
Breathe you in.
Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
Shout out to Matt Batten, angry Cowboy fan. Smoke one for you. Said it's the O-line and not blocking. Yeah.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
All right.
Don't let the street lights hit you.
Kick-ass media, I see you. 214. What she do? Come on with it. Wherever you go. Shout out to Tony A. Chicago Bears 20-0. Yeah, remember. Daniel, the voice of radio.
And another one.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close the door. Ushers, close the doors.
Don't let the street lights
close the door.
Don't let them hit you, baby. It's dangerous.
We all gonna be there. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online, I'm challenging each of you now to give it 20.
Wherever you go.
Standing up here with us, we need to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs us. I got you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even giving cash, bring them baskets. I'm in the basket. I'm in the seat of y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving,
Come.
just put your hand on the.
All I ask
Take your phone and stick it on
is
the,
when you lay your head on that pillow at night.
on the bucket.
Oh, I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Blue Magic. That's a brand
Giving
new.
is worship.
I stand behind it. I guarantee it. About it. It's really
Giving is worship. You can say the time to talk.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, and then you call
1,000
it
people
Blue
need to give
Magic.
$20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving. That's it.
Nobody, are you still involved?
Nobody.
Sacrifice. Calling me.
Does it matter?
They
can come closer than close.
Am I still involved? Y'all, you can check on
Original, they never will be.
You must be out your goddamn mind.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
Y'all killing me with this. Them boys. Let's go, man. Let's go. You're killing me, man. This ain't not. I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys.
This is where we hold them.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Now y'all better call and check on the pastor. I cannot believe it.
Sacrifice. Don't give up. Everything gonna be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah. Depend on you if you're winning or lose. You know you got to pay.
It's an evil world we live in.
Live on Monday.
My time, come on.
Until next time, DC for life, not for short. We up out. Peace. Cowboys battles. And I didn't go over one battle. I got the wrong title up there. But Cowboys battle with Cowboys fans, I guess. The battle versus the battle. Yeah, we get on up out of here. Yes, and boy. Yeah.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah.
Cowboys experience.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
Kinda check a song.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Come on.
Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside.
Come on.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I
Shout out to your energy plug. Hey, charge it to the game. Yeah.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now.
All right.
Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's what more to me.
Yeah.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
All right.
You
Dance
just write
for
what's
us.
on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it.
Come on.
Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Hey, remember, sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies. Come on.
I never own no chrome.
Yeah.
Too many foes and clones.
All right.
Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone.
I be on rolling long. Hey. Yo. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Yeah. Come on. Hey.
Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
All right.
Count that too, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Until next time, DC for life, not for short.
I just wanna run it up.
And remember, you're listening to absolutely
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
nothing but the bass.